All right. So now I am more interested to know something more about you as well as the expectations from this 16 hours of training program. Though I have my ready-made agenda, why I am taking down your expectations? The reason is very simple. For your information, I would like to tell you, friends, Excel is such a subject. In fact, 6 months training is also not enough to complete the subject. So we have a limited window time of maximum 16 hours. So I would like to ensure that whatever the mindset goal you have kept in your mind and you have stepped into this training program or you have nominated yourself, at the end of the day, when you step out, you should go along with more confidence and to make the things more better at your workplace. That's the only reason why I'll be taking down your expectations. So I'll just call out the name from our meeting room. You have to help yourself with a 2 line of introduction and the expectations from this program. So I'll start with our friend Anirudh. Anirudh, able to hear me?
Hey, hi, yes, I can hear you.
Okay.
Quick introduction. I'm Anirudh, and I've been working for over the last 5 years, close to 5 years now. And so my expectation from this class is, so basically I do use Excel on a daily basis. But I mean, I know what I can get my way around things. Whatever is required. So what I use on a daily basis, I know, but I would like to explore more and get handy with all the other formulas and stuff. So that is what I'm looking forward to learn.
Okay.
Basically, how to, how can I put it? So to get shortcuts of things and then to reduce manual work.
Okay. So I can say you want to go for TAT saving techniques and tips and tricks. Okay.
Right.
Yeah. Fine. Thank you, Andre. Next, I'll go to Edwin.
Thank you.
Yeah. Good afternoon, team. Myself, Edwin. Working as a supplier quality manager in GE Gas Power, so almost more than 20 plus years experience. I am from mechanical engineering background. So in my day-to-day work, I use Excel, but I am not well conversant one on the Excel. And also in my future responsibilities, I will be handling the Power BI tools. So that's why I think this Excel training will be a basic training for that one to reach to the next level. So here, Professor, one regarding that pivot tool and also the data analysis using the data available in the Excel worksheet. So I want to, and also same like what Anirudh told, the tab saving techniques, and also, and the next is the formulas.
Okay. Fine, no problem. So thank you so much, Edwin. Next, I'll go to our friend Monica. Monica, able to hear me? You can check your mic. It's on mute.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Now, am I audible?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, fine. Hi, good afternoon, Tim. This is Monica Zoshi, and I'm working here as in a Godrej property. That's a and actually, I want to go in Excel because we have to prepare data analysis, dashboard, and all presentations, and we have to calculate all the offers and offer letters and so on. So I want, means my desire is I become more pro in Excel because in Excel we are handling Excel, but not in that much level. So I want to become in the next level of Excel, and of course I have to handle the all formulas and all the analysis in a casual way. So that is
all right. Thank you so much, Monica. Next, I'll go to
okay. Thank you so much. Over to you.
Yeah. So next, I'll go to Pramod.
Yes. Hello everyone. Good afternoon.
Yeah, very good afternoon, Pramod.
Yeah, my name is Pramod. I am working in an IT company for HR faculty. So I want to do this Excel course for my increasing the knowledge of Excel. As a consider now, I have only I think the knowledge of 4 to 5% to work in an Excel sheet or in an Excel. I want to increase it because My seniors and other colleagues want to me like the data and distribute as early as possible. They are doing it so quickly, so I want to do as per their requirement.
Okay. Okay.
Thank you.
Thanks, Pramod. Next, I'll go to Sachin. Yes, Sachin, you can check your mic. It's on mute. You can unmute and speak.
Am I audible now, Prabhas?
Yep, very well.
Yeah, good afternoon, team. I'm Sachin. I'm from Synapse Techno Design, Bengaluru. I'm basically mechanical engineer, but recently joined in IT, so 8 months back. I am more in administration HR side. So at the moment, we don't have any much more Excel related functions. Simple what we have learned, basic rows and columns and everything. But I'm just here to learn something which I may require to apply in the future also for the thing in general and I mean to say job specific sometimes. That is the only expectations. Otherwise, I don't have right now this sort of a work which is in advanced Excel. I mean to say which is required for our job functions.
Okay.
It would be sort of a data analysis only.
Okay.
That is not too large data that we need to handle. I am specifically looking after visa management.
Right.
We work for US timings, so there is much more data coming from US side.
Okay.
Of all L1 or H1 or green card. So that must be a data which would go on increasing.
Right.
So that sort of a data analysis I would be interested in coming future.
Okay. Data analysis. Fine. Well, next I'll go to our friend. Yeah, thanks, Sachin. So I'll go to next Vijay.
Hi team, my name is Vijay. Actually, I'm working as a city ops manager in Lysias. My total experience is 7 years till date. Actually, Excel is a part of our work every day.
Right.
So I need to work on it, but in a smooth way or in a time-saving manner.
Okay.
And I have to present myself or my team towards the management where we are. So it's a personal goal also. Learn fast, give something beneficial to the team, and learn for yourself also in a career growth.
Good. Thanks, Vijay. I appreciate your thought process. Well, so I believe, friends, I have noted down all your expectations. So anything is missing, you're always welcome in this 16 hours of journey to address all your issues. And to inform you, for your information, we have created a WhatsApp group. The purpose of group is nothing but to address all your concerns, issues, or any queries in this entire 16 hours of journey. If you have, you can drop a message, because all the time we may not be available for on the phone calls to address. But yes, looking at your issues or concerns, will definitely take care about all those things. And that is only for temporary purpose. It is created. Once our training program is over, the group is also going to be deleted. So further, you will have to deal with our concern numbers if at all any questions or queries you have. There is no other promotional activities going to happen. Don't worry about your data secrecy. We are maintaining that integrity all the time, being a professional. So be assured, just be safe. Don't worry, you are in the safe hand, your numbers. Okay. And now coming to Excel, of course, this is not an alien tool for us. We know that very well. But what is that we are missing? So you must have thought something in the mind, Prabhas. Okay, we are working with Excel. What you are going to teach? Well, I'll tell you very simple way. I am not going to teach anything new. Whatever it is in Excel, Microsoft Excel has designed, or Microsoft has designed the features. I'm only going to do a postman job. But how it is going to help you is in terms of saving your turnaround time. Second, avoiding the duplicacy of work. Third, increasing the productivity and efficiency. Fourth, reducing the human errors. So this is our agenda, nothing else. Okay. Now, one thing I would like to again tell you, all the topics are interlinked. So please give your 100% engagement to the training program. And since it is a virtual training, you have to be more alert, more precise. Each and every minute is very, very essential. So refrain using your mobile phone calls, WhatsApp text messages, emails, anything is there, keep it aside. Once the training program is over, you can attend all those things, know where it is going to go. And if you have really some urgent calls, please attend, no issues, but ensure your mic is there all the time on mute. If you have any questions, you can keep unmuting and asking, no issues, but again, ensure your mic is on mute so that it will not distract others and we can maintain the decorum of our meeting room and we can have a smooth session. One. Second, whatever your doubts, though it is a silly or sensible, do not make an opinion. Don't think that if I ask a silly doubt, Prabhas is going to make an opinion about me. I am not here to make an opinion about you. I'm here to help you out. So how will I help you unless and until you help yourself asking the questions? So I would like to say in one line, keep asking as much as you can so that you can extract more out of me. And we'll be having a short break of 15 minutes in between, somewhere 4 to 4:30, depending upon the flow of the content. So whatever your calls incomplete, it is there, you can go and complete in that time. That will become a bio break or kind of a brisk also for coffee or tea. You can utilize that window time. And now coming to the files, whatever we have discussed or it's shared with you, just check it, look on that over here. I'll let you know first what is the reason why so many files I have shared with you. See, I'm not here only to take you through the Excel features, formulas, functions. I'm also going to give you a helping hand in terms of the solutions for the problems, what you face in your routine activities while dealing with spreadsheet application data. Like what kind of problems you are facing while working in Excel. It's a quite common problem everyone face. Can somebody name some few? What is that challenge or problem we face in Excel? Anybody?
Sometimes not being able to analyze the data. I mean, not to, we won't understand what to make of the data that's present.
That's a good one, Anirudh. So that is what we not call as a challenge or problem. It's just the lack of awareness that how to deal with it, isn't it?
Right.
Right. Yeah, I'm talking about the problem or challenge that is common for everyone. Okay, you are unable to connect with that. I will tell you, no problem. Yes, Vijay, that is also, again, I'm coming to the same pitch what Anirudh said. Extracting the exact data, so we are unable to use the right tool because we do not know what would be the right tool. Anyway, I'll tell you very simple way. The most common problem is about the file size, how to manage the file space. That is a common problem for us. And I'll give you a scenario, you'll also not disagree with that point. Is suppose say you have created a new Excel file and you start incorporating your data, and one fine morning what happens, the file size automatically becomes huge. And when you take that file in the meeting room and you are presenting to your audience, it takes a lot of time to open. So you are keeping your audience waiting over there, and audience get frustrated, they get annoyed with that. And sometimes some people, they pass some kind of adverse statements in the meeting itself. Prabhas, why don't you do with something with the file? It always takes a lot of time. Do you agree with me? Sometimes or the other, it happens with us. What say?
Yes.
Right. So in that case, what is the choice we have? Though we are pretty aware of about all these problems, but we can't take any risk because we have a fear in our mind. If I try to do some R&D, there might be a chance of data loss. That is the fear always in our mind. And that leaves the situation as it is, and we always get spent a lot of time over there, end up spending a lot of time while opening the file. So this is the place where, my friends, I have shared a beautiful Word document with you. Just watch my screen, no need to do anything. 8 ways to reduce your Excel file size. So this file will be containing 8 different steps along with the stepwise instructions and the screenshots for the better understanding. If at all any point of time you find your file size automatically gets huge, how to reduce your file size. So I'll take you through one scenario. Just watch my screen. I had a file of around 14.6 MB, you can see. When I opted this method, I could reduce my Excel file size by 28% without eliminating a single data, without deleting the content. As it is, I'm able to reduce my Excel file size, which is a great achievement. So like this, there are 8 different ways we have prescribed in this Word document. And on your idle time, I request you go through all these things, read one time at least. Though you may not remember the entire steps, but at least it will change your perception. So tomorrow, if at all any point of time you or any of your teammate face such kind of situation, now you have a solution with you. All right. So this is for the helping hand purpose. I have sent it across people. So whenever time permits, go through this entire thing. Now, one more file I have shared, naming called keyboard shortcuts. Okay. Now, this keyboard shortcuts file, if I open, what I am going to get it out of this, I'll tell you. So here we have got the list of entire shortcut keys, not only about Microsoft Excel, of Microsoft Word, PowerPoint, and Outlook as well. So whatever the office applications we are using in our routine activities, how to save our turnaround time. For that purpose, the keyboard shortcut list is there, because the more the mouse uses, again, the time consumption will be more. And in today's world, time is money. Do you agree? If you want to prove that you are efficient enough, you have to do the job with no time, right? And to do the job with no time, you have to train yourself to use the keyboard shortcuts extensively. Overnight, nothing is possible. You have to keep using the same on regular basis. And trust me, within 30 days, you can see a significant growth if you start using the keyboard shortcuts. So make a point, at least minimum 2 keyboard shortcuts you should learn, and you should keep using the same. So the entire list is there. Only thing is you need to practice. Okay. So this is about your keyboard shortcuts. Now, one more file I have shared, naming called Learn Excel Free. So when it comes free, we get more excited, isn't it? But do you believe that really in this world, anything called free over there? Nothing. So for everything we have to pay, isn't it? But yes, we have got 10 website names I have listed over here. Why? The reason is I'm not promoting any of the brands over here, neither I am the brand ambassador of any of the websites. As I told you, Excel is such a subject. In fact, 16 hours, 6 months training also not enough for that. So we have got a limited time. Now, suppose say you have attended this training and still you have the curiosity to enhance your skill to the next level. Where to go? So instead of following someone's YouTube channel blindly, going here and there and spending time, later getting disappointed, I will tell you, go to all these websites. And here, what is the beauty? You'll be getting some real-time industry-based case studies, and you can connect with your data very well. You can get a lot of helping hands. There is a common forum also. You can keep asking your questions and you'll be getting the answer immediately. And the beautiful thing is the entire thing is complimentary. You don't need to pay any single penny for that. Only thing is you have to invest your time. So whenever time permits, go to all these websites and make your enhance your skill to the next level. So this is again for the helping hand I have shared. Now one more file I have shared called Office Repair. You can notice there are 2 website links are there. You must be thinking, Prabhas, why are you sharing the website links over here? I will tell you the reason behind it. So I'll just create a situation so that everybody can connect with it. Technically, what it happens, friends, sometimes or the other you would have noticed, you have created a very beautiful report, a dashboard, anything you can call it. You have presented the same in the meeting. People were quite happy. They gave a compliment to your work. And your immediate boss also, he has given a complimentary sentence over there. And he asked you that, Prabhas, this file is really good. The way you have prepared, I liked it. Keep it under safe custody. Next time when you are going to present it in the meeting, we are going to give more add-on to the data and we'll presenting with more information. So the next time when suppose say tomorrow there is a meeting and you need that file, and when you try to open that to add some data, the file shows that when you open it, Excel shows a message, the file is corrupted. Excel is unable to read the data. The file is scrambled, or the moment you open the file, it automatically gets closed. So all these problems, some or the other you would have noticed. And when you take this problem and convey the message to your immediate superior stating that, sir, the file is corrupted, how would be the reaction? Do you think that boss is going to be happy when you tell this is what at the 11th hour, last minute, this is the situation, this is the status of this file? Do you think that boss is going to be happy? Yes, people, what say? Definitely, the reaction is not going to be positive and he's not going to be happy. What would be the reaction? I'll tell you. He will listen your whole story and tell, how can you be so irresponsible? How can you be so careless? I told you last time itself how important this file was. Now at the 11th hour, you are coming and telling me the file is corrupted. I don't want to hear anything. Do whatever it takes. By end of the day, max, it should reach to my inbox. This is how our superiors, our leaders, our boss express the view. So now, what is the choice we have? Except depending upon the IT department or IT support, we don't have any other choice. But when you approach to them, what they suggest, they ask for minimum at least 24 to 48 hours time so that they will try best, but they're not sure whether the data can be retrieved. So what I suggest is, instead of waiting for someone support, third-party support and wasting your time, just take one of the link out of this, copy that, go to your web browser, whatever it is, and then paste it. And when you paste it, it will take you through a tool over here, which you want to exactly need to be download. It will be hardly occupying 50 kbs of your local disk, not many more space. And you need to connect with that Excel file which is corrupted. And then you have to click the repair button. And trust me, it will take its own time, but 95% data can be recovered as it is. Now you must be thinking, Prabhas, why did you reserve 5% as data loss? Or what kind of data there would be a loss? I will tell you. 5% data is nothing but, suppose you have created some kind of engineering diagrams or process flow diagrams or work breakdown structure diagrams, taking the shapes, connectors, those cases, the data will be lost. But if you have created some kind of table, numerical calculations, charts and graphs, anything as it is, you can recover it. And the beauty is the entire thing is complementary. You are not going to pay a single penny for that, but there is a limitation. You can get complimentary service only up to 5 MB of Excel file size. So if your file size is exceeding 5 MB, then you have to purchase the license for that. Because we know there is nothing such called as free lunch in this world. We have to pay for everything. So these guys also, they have to win their bread and butter, right? So we have to pay for that. But yes, the tool is really a great one. It is not something from internet I have just collected and I've shared. Personally, I have used this and I have succeeded bringing my data back. That's the reason why I am sharing all these options to you as a helping hand. So this is nothing but for your helping hand purpose, the data or the information I have selected or shared. Now, the rest of the files, what we have understood, the business activities of different corporates or the different industries, and we have collected few samples from accounts, finance, supply chain, marketing, sales, safety, production, planning, stores, and we have collected few examples. So I'm going to take you through now with those kind of real-time scenarios. If you come across how to deal with the same, what should be the right formula, what should be the right technique, and how to save our TAT, we are going to discuss entirely. All right. So let's start working with our first case study, naming called corporate case studies. Just check, is it there in the sample case studies folder? Kindly open that. So it will be landing with your cover page. You can click on the next button and immediately it will take your cursor to the business maths. All right. So I believe the same worksheet is opened in front of your respective screens. So once it is opened, let me take you through what is that we need to do. So technically in our routine activities, people, we do a lot of basic calculations. Basic calculations in the sense, lot of additions, multiplications, divisions, subtractions, all these things we do quite a lot. But what is the problem is we spend a lot of time for doing the same certain scenarios. And why we do like that? Because we believe this is the only way to do the job. So we have collected few samples and we are going to discuss now, if such kind of situation is there, how to deal with the same. All right. So let's start focus with our first example. Say, let me put the data in a story format so that everybody can connect with it. Suppose I take an example. Somebody from a different department came to me and asked, Prabhas, I need to purchase 3 products, XYZ, ABC, something like that. And how much quantities? A of 1000, B of 12, C of 20. So how many quantities to be purchased? The GRN I have received over here, and we know that purchase requisition, that this much of quantities to be purchased. Now, when I go for a vendor to inquire with the rates, the vendor has given the rates, A of 1 rupee each, B of 20 rupees each, and C of 10 rupees each. Now, I have taken up this matter to the finance team to collect a check on behalf of that vendor. So my finance team is asking a written question, Prabhas, how much amount you need? So I need to answer in one line to my finance team. So what we do in that case, no need to do anything, just watch my screen. We go to a new column, we type a formula, quantity multiplied by rate per unit, and then we go for a total. Then we realize, okay, this is the amount I need to collect from the finance team. Do you agree with me? Is this the process we follow? All right. Now, let us analyze the same situation. Don't do anything, just focus on my screen, focus with my audio. Whatever we did, there is nothing wrong. But our requirement is lying in this cell. What is the point of getting all this information? Is it playing any role? No. But we are helpless. Unless and until we get all these 3 values, this total cannot be achieved. So this is the reason why. Now you can realize why our file size is getting heavy. Because we keep creating unwanted data a lot. This is one of the reasons. Now, reason number 2, why this is not an ideal option is when you go and create a new column, apply your formula, the file size is also getting heavy. So these are the reasons why whatever the practice we have today, we are going to stop. So Excel never recommends for this. This is what we have been taught or we have the practice we have developed. So today we are going to stop that. So how to make some improvements on this area? Just see. No need to do anything. Just 1 minute, watch my screen, observe what I'm doing. Next 1 minute, you can try. I'll be giving time. Don't worry. First, observe. See, any point of time, if you want to solve this kind of equations, what is the best thing we can do is we can go for a formula naming called sum product. Sum product. So this is an array formula and very old formula since 1985. The Excel is there. Over here, we are still in 2021. This formula is still prevailing. And here, how to write our formula efficiently, I will take you through. So most of the time, what it happens, we keep typing the formula entirely like this. Not necessary. Just see the beauty. If you go and type SUMP, can you see some product is already displayed on the screen with blue color highlight? That's it. What you need to do, you have to go for next what option is in your keyboard. You have to go for just the tab key over here. This tab key alone, when you go for it, automatically it will be populating till your open bracket label. Just see, if I go for SUMP tab and it takes me to the open parenthesis label. So this is the best way efficiently to write your formula. Okay. Now what it demands me, array 1. So in our data, what is my first column is the quantity. Okay. Now what is the next one? Array 2. So what is my second array, second column? Rate per unit. That also I have given. That's it. Now the moment I hit enter, can you see the same answer we are receiving over here? So even though we have got 10,000 records or line items, a simple formula is going to help us to bring up the data. So this is nothing but our sum product. So please give it a try and check sum product is working for you. And once it is done, drop me a message, D for done. Okay. Any questions from anybody? Anything not clear? Feel free to ask. Okay. The tab one. See, when you write a formula equal to SUMP, that's it. You don't need to write the entire string of the formula, entire characters of the formula. Then you have to hit your tab key. So this tab key you have to hit after typing the formula. So once you hit the tab key, automatically what will be happening? This formula will be populated up to open bracket, that is called open parenthesis level. And then we can go for array. This is the first array based on the formula, whatever it is demanding. Then I'll go for comma. Array 2 is nothing but this is my array 2. And the moment I hit enter, I'll be getting the result. Okay. Hope it is clear, Vijay, now for you. All right. Monica, clear?
Yeah,
Okay.
Professor, I'm having clarification.
Okay. Yeah, Edwin. What is the clarification?
Yeah, are we getting this recorded session at the end of the course or?
Of course, yes. As we have committed, you are going to get
sure.
it at the end of the day, max by 8 to 9 p.m. You will be getting that in your mail as well, and in your group also. You will be sharing a link, and you can download the same, and you can retain a copy with you. No problem.
Okay, sure. Thank you.
Yeah, welcome. Now, the moment we have done with this, okay, next. The next example we are going to proceed further, okay, is about your vendor evaluation. So here we are going to discuss something a bit, and then we'll be working on that. No need to do anything, just stay focused on my screen and follow my audio. In any industry or organizations or corporate, wherever you are working with, in our purchase department, we have our SOP, our standard operating procedure. And what it says, what it suggests, that when you have a critical item to be purchased, do not depend upon a single source of supply. Always go for minimum 3 competitive quotes, and technically what we call them L1, L2, L3. Do you agree? Right? The same thing follows in all across all the industries. All right. Now, here you can see we have a prices column. I'm highlighting that. Okay. Now look at the same and tell me what would be my L1 price, the lowest one. What would be that lowest price in this? Anybody? Should be 87. Very good. L2, the second lowest. Should be 99.2. Very good. And the L3, the third one, should be 103.2. Do you agree? So this should be our L1, L2, L3. Right. Now this is very easy for us to identify since we had maximum only 7 to 8 items. Now just imagine, take a real-time situation. When you open the file, in that column, price column, you got near about 10,000 records. And from that 10,000 records, if you happen to find out your L1, L2, L3, what we do in that case? Can somebody suggest me? Whatever you do, you can share your experience.
Sort from lowest to highest.
Yeah, that is what smallest to largest. We sort our data.
Yeah.
And whatever the 3 line items it appears in the beginning or top, we highlight them and we drop a mail to our superior stating that, sir, we have done the ground level of workings and we are seeking your approval to start procuring the materials. So our bosses also, without having a second thought, they immediately give us a green signal and we start doing the process. Do you agree with me? This is what we have, right?
Correct.
Right. Now, I have a simple question to be asked. Just focus with my question. In this entire process of vendor evaluation and start procuring the material, where is the value additions to the work? Because doing a sorting work anybody can do. In fact, I could have assigned this task to one of my subordinate, or I could have asked my office boy to deliver this job also, because nowadays office boy also comes with minimum of MS Office literacy, right? So being a professional, being a skilled person, why I am doing a task which is non-productive in nature? Trust me, you have never thought upon this point. Nobody does that, of course. So now you also not disagree with my statement and you have a question running in your mind. Suppose you can ask me a question. Prabhas, okay, what you're saying, probably partially I agree with that. But if that is the case, then why my boss has never objected me doing like this? So if we are not supposed to do, then why he has never objected? Your boss has never objected because you are not doing anything wrong. Whatever the industrial practice is there, the same practice you are also following. So that's why he is going to object. So what you have understood from the entire discussion, that it's not mandatory, it's not necessarily to be accurate that whatever the existing practice is there, you need to follow blindly that. So if you want to make some improvements, if you want to save your time, if you want to save your cost to the company, then if you have a better idea or better process in place, please go and implement, because unless and until you give a try, you will never find the result. So this is what always try to think out of box and give the best to the work so that you can do the more of smart way of working the job rather going for a tedious process or doing a lot of manual job. Okay. Now in this process, the entire vendor evaluation procedure, whatever we have opted or practice we have, how to make some improvements on that. Okay, we are going to discuss. So now no need to do anything. Just watch my screen, try to understand what kind of improvements we can bring it on. See, whenever you are maintaining this kind of vendor evaluation task or something, no need to maintain many more files because people don't have time to go through many more files. And it is very difficult again if you create many more files, which is the last file you have updated, it is very difficult to trace it out. So avoid using the duplicate files. Fine. Now, there should be only one file with us. And it should not contain many more data, maximum 2 sheets. One, this is called our daybook. This is called our daybook. No need to create anything. Just watch my screen. This is our property, which will be containing all the vendor related information. Name of the vendor, registered, unregistered, retailer, manufacturer, trader, or service provider. Then what is the price inclusive of freight or exclusive of freight? How many days of credit he is going to provide to us? What's his email ID? What's his phone number? Exactly. The maximum information, whatever we can capture, we should retain in this daybook sheet. That's our property. Now, when we are going to send this file to the next level, say to my boss, we should go for the next sheet name called summary. The name alone is enough that what should be there in our summary sheet. Not many more data, people don't like. So there should be a column over here, okay? There should be a column naming called products. So whatever the products we purchase, okay, there should be a drop down list for my boss. So my boss is going to just select from the drop down. Okay. So the drop down list should contain all the list of products, whatever we are dealing with. Say, for example, PR1, product 1, PR2, PR3, PR4, and PR5. For the timing I'm creating, just assume we are purchasing all these 3 or 5 products. So now my boss, when he goes and click on this drop down, it will show all the list of products. And when you select a particular product out of this, then immediately below to that, there should be 3 cells ready over here, naming called L1, L2, L3. And what it should contain? The price of that particular product as lowest and second lowest and third lowest. Okay. And where this price is going to come from? The price is going to come from the daybook. And how it is going to come over here? With the help of some formulas and functions. Now, once price is identified, then Who is that vendor? Who is that vendor has given this rate? That name of the vendor also should appear, and that makes your report more dynamic. And trust me, when you present your data something like this, the person whom you are sending the file, he will retain this file for his whole life to set an example for others. See, this is called report. And what's your job now? You don't need to go and keep on working with the summary sheet time and again. Just you need to keep updating the daybook records. If any new vendor comes, add those records. If anybody has shut down the plant or because of pandemic or some other issues, he is no more operating or functional, you need to remove those things. So like this, you have to keep upgrading only the data. No need to touch this summary sheet. So don't you think that this kind of improvement can be done? What's it? Right? So when I'm showing all these things, and definitely it can be done also, right? So generic work, whatever you're doing in routine activities, anybody can do. If you want to really make a difference at your workplace and you want to stand out of the crowd people, you have to give more add-on to the data. Doing the same job time and again or doing the monotonous job doesn't make any sense in the corporate. Trust me. You will be always in the backseat only. So if you want to move further, you want to grow, you have to always also give some impact to your data as well and the workplace as well. Anyway, so now everything is fine. I'm going to tell you, don't worry for the timing, how it is created, how these things to be designed. Don't worry about it. For the timing, our requirement, we are going to focus how to get this price. How to get this price. What should be the right formula for this? This is our objective now. Okay. So having said this is our objective, let's go to our workbook now. Now, can you see there is a column naming called bottom 3 and 3 gray colored cells are there. Okay. So we are going to change in our approach of designing the solution. So what is the change in approach, Prabhas? Just see. Ideally, what we do, friends, we go and create a formula in one cell. Then we go and drag it down, or we copy paste, we double click on the fill handle, or we select and we go for Control D. This is the practice we have, right? Isn't it? We always do like this. But today we are going to do something different. So let's start working together. Select all your 3 cells of bottom 3 column. Do it along with me. Select all the 3 cells of bottom 3 column. Then leave your mouse, leave your touchpad, and immediately type equal to. So you can notice it starts typing in the first blank cell of my entire 3 cells range, and then go and type a formula naming called small. Go and type a formula naming called small. Then read the formula. What it demands me? It demands me array. Now, where is the array? Where is the data? Is it the left side of your formula or the right side? Of course, it is left side. So use the left arrow key to move to the left. And then we need to define the entire range. So entire range, how to select? Shift, Control, down arrow key. Shift, Control, down arrow key, one shot. When you select, the entire array will be selected. Okay. Now, comma. What is the next one it is asking? The next one it is asking called K. What is the meaning by K? K is nothing but the integer, the constant, the number, or the rank. So for the time being, let's go and work with our rank. Okay. Now for L1, what should be the rank? Rank should be 1. The question itself answer is there. For L2, what should be the rank? Rank should be 2. For L3, rank should be 3. So here we need in place of K as 1, 2, 3. But we cannot define all these 3 numbers together. And neither we can go to each and every cell and edit the formula from 1 to 2, 2 to 3, we can make it. So what we can do over here, you can notice there is already 1, 2, 3 numbers are written or prescribed in another column, which is towards your right side of your formula. So just use the right arrow key and you will be finding G12 is already selected. Now bracket close. Formula is ready only for a cell, but we need to apply for the range. So what's the shortcut? Going for Control Enter. So ideally we end up the formula with Enter, but now we are going to go for Control Enter. And see the beauty? With immediate effect, you got our solution. So this is about our formula naming called small. Okay, so just check it out. Is it working?
Propose here the year 111 is coming, but 103.2.
Right. That is what I was waiting. Somebody should tell me. Good, you identified. So here, L1, what you identified manually, we received the same. L2 also fine, but L3, if you look at, this is now in situation problem, right? Number 2, no second evaluation. Should be there, Control Enter, I told Monica. You should have gone for Control Enter instead of Enter. Okay, so here 111. Why I am getting 111? Just see, 1 minute, watch my screen. When I go for opening that formula with F2, can you see what happens? When I copy this formula towards down, my array is also moving down. The border area, the blue color one, you can see. So this is what the default nature of Excel. You can't help. When you copy the formula down, cells will be moving down. When you copy the formula right, cells will be moving right. But in our case, though I am looking for my L1 or L3, where it should search, starting from 103, ending with 134. It should not go beyond that. Do you agree? When I'm looking for L1 or L2 or L3, it should go and search in this array only, starting from 103.2 till 134. Since it is going beyond that range, so we need to restrict that movement. So how to restrict that movement? How to rectify our formula? See the beauty. There is also a technique to rectify your formula. Select the entire 3 cells where you have designed the solution. Select all these 3 cells and leave your mouse, leave your touchpad. Go for F2. So F2 is the key to open or edit a formula or edit a cell. If it is not a direct key, go with function with F2. Go with function with F2. So if F2 is not a direct key, you have to go for function with F2. One key will be coming up over here, F2. Function with F2, you have to go. It depends upon the brand of the laptop or the keyboard behavior. All right. Now, when I open the formula, which is showing the problem, which was having a trouble, is nothing but E12 to E17. So I'll select them. I'll select them. And on my keyboard, I will press a simple keyboard shortcut naming F4. So F4, if it is not a direct key, go with again function with F4. What it happens? It applies $2 symbol where one before column making column lock, one before E making column lock, one before row, that is before 12 making row lock. So when in a cell itself, your column and row both is locked, we call it as our absolute reference. Absolute reference, or in layman terms, we call it as cell constant, cell freeze, or cell lock. But the formula is rectified only with only one cell. Need to apply for rest. Shortcut, Control, Enter, and immediately see the beauty. We got the answer. So this is how people, whenever there is a need, if you are creating any kind of summary report, dashboards, tabular report, this kind of formula naming called small will be pretty helpful. Just give it a try. Any questions, any difficulties in understanding, do let me know. Right, people? Everybody able to follow? Anybody is facing any trouble? Any questions otherwise?
One doubt. Could
Yeah.
you please show that procedure once again, like how you entered the formula, how you changed it? I mean,
Right. We have to go and select the entire range, going for over
yeah,
here with F2 or function F2. So formula will be opened. You got to select this E12 to E17, the formula reference,
yeah,
because this is in only in the blue color, which was creating a trouble for me. And then you have to go and press F4. So this was the earlier state. So when I press F4, it will be turning up like this kind of $2 symbol. One is before E, means E is the column. So column is locked.
okay,
One is before 12. So 12 is my row. So when the dollar symbol is appearing before 12, row is locked. So in a cell, when your column is locked and row is locked, ultimately cell is locked. So E12 will never go to E13 or E12 will never go to F12.
okay, got it.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Welcome. So, Monica, I believe it's clear working for you now.
Yeah, purpose,
Yeah.
actually, I'm trying to redo that one.
Okay.
So what I selected is, I selected that bottom three column, all the three rows.
Right.
And then I put equal small type and tab. Then array, I selected the prices,
Yes.
then comma, then G12
Okay.
I selected,
Mhm.
and then I have to control enter.
Yeah. Bracket close, control enter.
Okay, now it came.
Mhm.
Then to change that one,
Again, you have to select all the three cells.
yeah,
Then go for F2.
okay, function F2.
Yeah. So formula is open now.
Yeah, yes.
Then E12 to E17, that array, whatever it is showing in the formula, that alone you have to select. In the formula, you have to select.
Yes.
And then function F4 for your keyboard, function F4. It will be applying dollar symbols.
Yeah.
Then control enter.
Yes. Got it.
Right.
Thank you.
All right. So this is how people, the report, what I was telling you that how to make some improvements. So this kind of formulas is playing a very great role. And this is called one of the array formula. And this is how the small formula helps us. All right. Similarly, let's go for finding the result of top three values. Like bottom three, we have identified from the price column. Now we are going to find the top three. So top three, what would be the formula? Like bottom three, we go for small. Top three, what would be the opposite of small? Anybody? Should be large? Yes, perfectly all right. So let's go for doing it again together. Select all the three cells of top three and go for equal to, go for large, open the bracket. What it happens? It asks me array. So array, again, is it there in the left side of the formula or the right side? Formula's left side. So use the left arrow key to reach to the prices column and select the array. Control Shift and down arrow key. Now, as we know, in the previous case, when we copy the formula down in this format, the cell range was moving down, and later we have gone for restricting the movement with the dollar symbol. Now, when we are going to do it over here, the same thing going to happen. So when we know the problem is going to happen, why don't you rectify the formula in the designing mode itself? So what can be done over here? Just F4 or function F4, depends, and the entire array will be locked. So it's not mandatory, it's not necessary that every time we should go and complete the formula, then we go and apply this solution like this. Okay, not necessary. Now, once we have done with this, comma, what it demands me, K. I told you in the previous case, what is the meaning by K? Is nothing but integer ranking. So ranking purpose in the previous case, we use this 1, 2, 3. So here also we'll be using same 1, 2, 3. So we have taken G12 over here, and now bracket close. Formula is ready only for a cell. Need to apply for the entire selected criteria. What's the shortcut we have developed? Control, enter, and it's ready. So this is how we have understood how to use this large formula as well in our routine activities. So give it a try and check large is working. Any doubt? Right, people? Clear? So anyone is having any doubt or queries, feel free to ask. Or if you're done, please drop me a message, Y for yes or D for done. All right. Now, once we have done with this, next we'll go for our formula naming called basic rounding off. Okay. Basic rounding off. So here, rounding off purpose, what is the formula we use? We'll go and discuss a bit later. Now, in this situation, I will just ask you one question. I thought you would be asking a question to me, but you did not ask. So I thought, let me ask the question. Are you happy with the solution? In the second case, vendor evaluation, instead of doing the task repeatedly of sorting tasks smallest to largest each and every time, if you go for the small and large formula, it will be giving the result. We got to know that. So my question is very simple. Are you happy with the solution? So Pramod is saying no. Okay, Pramod, why you are not happy? What is the reason?
Hello. Hello.
Yeah, Pramod.
Sometimes I think the formula maybe there is a chance of missing some characters. So that's why there might be a chance of losing some figures.
No, that's not a challenge. See, formula will never be missing anything. When you are giving the array, if you are not selecting the array properly, then definitely it will be a problem. See, at the end of the day, in Excel, whatever you do, it depends upon you only. So if you are not defining the range properly, if you miss some line items, so definitely that is not the mistake of the formula. That is the mistake of the user. He has not given the array properly. Correct?
Okay,
Right.
got it.
So that's not a problem, I can say. Okay. Since you are not unable to connect over here, I will tell you. Okay. Here, suppose say take an example. I am taking two names from our group. One is Pramod, one is Sachin. So is that okay, Pramod and Sachin, if I take your name for the story? Okay, thank you so much. So now, suppose say our friend Sachin has created something like this. Okay, and he has sent it across to Pramod. Pramod is watching the data and he is having a question running in the mind why Sachin has created this column. What is the relevance? What is the role of this column in this report? And he believes that it is unwanted and he deleted the same. What happens now? Can you see? So this is what the problem. Okay. when you do create the formula, when you design some formula, taking some helper column like this, if the other side people do not understand the importance of that column and they feel that it's unwanted and they delete, your formula will be in toss, right? So now the question is how to deal with the same. Okay. So what we did, people, this is what our expert suggests us to do the job like this. But technically, Excel never recommends to create some additional helper column to get your job done. Okay. Now, please stay focused. How to solve this kind of problems then? I'll tell you. We are going to need that 1, 2, 3. We need that 1, 2, 3. But we will make our formula efficient enough in such a way it will generate those 1, 2, 3 in the formula itself. Okay. But how? Just see. I'll tell you over here. Now, if you look at which row we are in, just watch my screen and tell me. No need to do any operations. I have highlighted a row. Which row we are in? Row number 12, correct? Yes, very good. Now just see. When I go and type a formula called row open bracket and close bracket, is it going to give me the same number? Yes. So since I'm in row number 12, my row formula is giving me 12. Okay. Right. Now, what we are looking for the first case, what is that we are looking for? We are looking for 1, correct? Row formula is giving me 12, but I am looking for 1 in that place. So what I can do? Simply basic mathematics. Can I go and just subtract with 11? Can I deduct with 11? Basic mathematics, right? So we got that 1, 2, 3 again, correct? So those things, what I showed you with the external column, can I use the same in formula? For the better understanding, I created a separate column for row formula. So now, can I use the same row formula in the formula itself of large or small? What do you believe? Can it be done? Right? So let's see now what to be done. Just see. I will go to my large formula. I'll open this. Instead of G12, whatever that we did, like taking the row formula minus 11, we need to type. That's it. And formula is ready. Only for a cell. Need to apply for rest. Control, enter. So now can you see? Without having any helper column, we can create our solution. So this is how people, whenever there is a need, you can combine this large with row combination. And this is called our nested formula. Very, very helpful. Whenever you design the template, summary report, dashboards, tabular reports, these formulas will be playing a very great role. Similarly, if you have done with large, give a practice with the small also. Get the answer for bottom 3 also. Hope it is clear, working for everyone. Any doubt, any queries? If it is done, drop me a message, Y for yes or D for done, please. Yes, Erwin, clear? Anirudh? So Monica is asking me a query. Every time we have to create new formula for every operations. No, not like that, Monica. See, here what did I say? You have to select the entire array first. Leave your mouse, leave your touchpad, go for immediately equal to, type large, and then take the array, then log the same with F4, comma, you need to go and type the row formula, then -11. And finally, once you close the bracket, you need to hit Control Enter. Instead of Enter, you have to go for Control Enter, and this will be ready. There is no point of going to each and every cell and operate with a formula. Just one formula alone will be enough. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Fine, Monica, clear is it? Whatever I said? Right. Fine then, people. So let's go for our next example, naming called basic rounding of our data. All right. So here we have got a prices column. Please stay focused with the data first, what we have with us. Okay. Fine. So now over here, the moment we see the prices column is containing the data of mixed type, like we have got some whole numbers and some decimals also in place. Now take a situation. Suppose my boss happens to see that and he is telling me, because this data, I don't want to see the decimals in place. I want you to give only the whole numbers. So what is that meaning by giving only the whole numbers? So basically, we need to round off our data to the nearest one unit. So what we do to do the same, or what does it mean exactly? Let's have a discussion. If it is of 103.2, the answer is supposed to be 103. If it is of 111.5, it should be 112. Do you agree? This is what we do, isn't it? When you happen to round off your data, this is what people are expecting, and we do present like this. So this is something my boss is expecting from me. Okay, now the question is over here, how to make it very simple way so that the purpose will be achieved or the problem will be solved. Here, our experts suggest us go for a round formula. I don't deny round formula will work, but Microsoft has made some improvements on the round formula. So when you go for round formula, it is only again purpose specific, like a situation, if it is there, then only you can use round formula. If the situation differs, you have to again change one more formula. So this is the reason why it is very difficult to remember many more formulas with based on the situations. So what I suggest is, what you can do, select your entire solution array. Please do start along with me. Now, immediately type equal to M round. There is a formula in our Microsoft Excel. The name is M round. M stands for multiple. Okay. Now, M round, what it demands me is the number. So, where is the number? In my right or left? In the left. I take that. Now, comma. Multiple. What is the meaning by multiple? Multiple meaning is something we are not going to multiply with any value. What exactly you want to round up? So round up 103.2, it was when we rounded off, we have made 103. So 103 is nothing but 1 unit down. If it is of 103.5, we could have gone for 104. So 104 is nothing but 1 unit up. So whatever the round off is going to happen, either 1 unit up or 1 unit down. So that is what nothing called multiple. So multiple is nothing but 1. So whatever the value it is, based on the post decimal character, the round off is going to happen either 1 unit up or 1 unit down. So this is how the moment I go for this, bracket close, formula is ready, only for a cell, need to apply for rest, control enter. So we got a simple understanding that whenever you have the decimals in place, you can always create this M round formula over there and you can make your template ready. So whenever the users types any data, your M round formula will be automatically taking care about the result and define the answer in terms of whole numbers. So check M round is working. Any doubt, any queries?
I have one question.
Yeah.
Why did we put that comma 1? I mean, like, what is the logic behind it?
Okay. So if 103.2 is there, if I manually ask you to do the job, what is that output you will be displaying?
103.
Right. Now, 103, why did you take 103? Why not 104?
Because it's not greater than or equal to 0.5 for us to consider it 104.
That's right. So whatever my data is going to round off, either 104 or 103, that will be decided by the post decimal character. I am not deciding. My post decimal character is deciding, correct?
Correct.
Right. Now, there is two probabilities. 103.2 purpose, there is two probabilities, 103 or 104, correct?
Yes.
So if my post decimal character is unknown, if I'm blindly dealing with this, either this or that is going to come, either one of them, right?
Yeah.
Now for 103.2, 103 is the lower unit. 104 is the upper unit. How much? What is the unit difference? What is the unit difference between these two? 1. That's why we have gone for 1.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
Right.
Thank you.
No problem. Welcome. So I believe M round concept is clear for everyone. Any doubt? Any queries?
Sir, I have one question. So when you're pasting these formulas in the chat box, so are we expected to have it saved somewhere?
No,
saving it somewhere?
No. This is just for the information. I am doing it for you. No need to save everything. You are going to get a soft copy of that. Each and every module wise, you will be getting the soft copy at the end of the session. It will be reaching to your email, and a copy also will be shared in the WhatsApp group. So you no need to maintain any kind of notes for yourself. Just practice it. Just practice in the training session.
Okay, sure.
Yeah. So
Yeah, propose
yeah.
one more doubt. Actually, you are copy pasting that formula
Mm-hmm.
in the Excel, correct?
Mm-hmm.
But if we do, I think it's not coming. It is coming some other cells. It is showing.
Okay, I'll help you out. Very easiest process. Could you please share your screen?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
So I want to select window or
No. You
entire scale.
entire screen. Don't select the window.
Okay. So, for example, if I am copy pasting here,
Right.
so I'm getting like
Yes.
this.
Go for escape. First, you go for escape.
Okay.
Right. Now keep the form cell down where you want to paste your formula. Just select that cell. Yeah. Go for
Yeah.
equal to.
Okay.
There will be a formula name called formula text. Just type formula. Type formula. You are getting formula text, correct?
Yeah.
Now,
Yes.
now refer to that cell. Which cell is containing the formula you want to copy? Just refer that cell and hit enter. So the formula alone will be copied in the text mode. Enter. Just enter.
Oh, okay.
Right. So this is the easiest process. Okay.
Okay. Thank you. Thank
Right.
you.
Welcome.
Professor.
All right. So Pramod is asking me to repeat. No problem. So Pramod, just watch my screen. What we need to do, I'll tell you. You need to first select your entire range where you need to design the solution. Okay. If you missed out also, no problem. Now, suppose say I design a solution in one place. I'll go for equal to m round, then taking the value, comma, I need to go for multiple. Multiple is meaning called 1. So when I go for 1 and hit enter, my formula is ready, exactly rounding up the data to the nearest 1 in it. Now the same I need to apply for the rest. So I can go for drag it down like this, or I can go for double click on the fill handle and I'll be getting my job. Well, so this is called your M round formula. Check, is it working, Pramod, for you? Right, very good. Now, friends, I'll take you to the another situation. Just watch my screen, please. Yeah, welcome, Pramod. See, now my boss is asking me, Pravas, this is okay, fine. What you have given me, perfectly working for me. Now, what I want is the prices column to be rounded off to the nearest 5 units. So prices column, if it is 103.2, what should be the answer? Anybody? If I need to answer in this column, what should be the answer for 103.2? Okay. So Pramod is saying it should be 109.2. Anybody else? If it is of 103.2, I need to answer in this cell of prices rounded off to the nearest 5 unit. What should be the answer? $103.5. How? See, we need to round off. First of all, there should not be any decimals. Round off meaning is what? We should avoid using the decimals. It should be the whole number, correct? Okay. So if it is not clear, let me put it in a very easiest way to understand. Just see. Okay, Anirudh is saying is 108. Fine. Check. Suppose say I create a scaling. Okay. Suppose I create a scaling of 5 skip count. Like you start with 0, then I'll go for 5, then I'll go for 10, 15, 20, 25, something like that. If I go for it, then 103.2, in which interval this is going to fall? Is it going to fall in between 100 and 105? Do you agree? What say? If I create a skip count or jump value of 5, 103.2 is going to fall in between these two, correct? Now, 103.2 purpose, which is the nearest value? Which is the closest one? 103.2 purpose, which is the nearest one? 105. So that should be the answer, correct? That should be the answer. But when I go for this, for 103.2, 100 will be the lower unit, 105 will be the upper unit. Now, what is the difference between these two? How many units? Is it of 5? Right? Now, same thing we are going to do now. Going to equal to m round, taking the value, comma, multiple. I told you the difference between the upper unit and the lower unit is of 5 units. Now define 5, bracket close, control enter. We got the result. So this is how people, one formula alone is enough to get your result. So you don't need to go and keep typing over here many more things or many more formulas, different formulas. You should not remember over here. So like this, multiple of 5, multiple of 10, you can keep creating over there and you can get your result. So that's called basically your M round formula. So M round stands for multiple round. Multiple round. M stands. Okay. So check M round is working for you people. Whatever we did over here, is it working? Check it out.
Wait, does it?
Right. All right. So yes, Mr. Raja, video is not required. You can just make your video off. Just keep your screen running and work with the file, the sample files, what we have shared, naming called corporate case studies. You need to open. And this is what the sheet called business maths. And we are working with the third example. Okay. So you can switch off the video. Video is not required. You can use that bandwidth for your screen sharing and learning purpose. All right. So people, multiple round. Is it working for everyone? Any challenge? So this will be again helpful whenever you are designing your templates, summary reports, tabular reports. You can keep always these formulas on. And whenever the user types any data, if it contains any kind of decimals, you can get your data automatically rounded off. You don't need to struggle every time, or you don't need to keep on working with that time and again. So once we have done with this, we'll go for our next one. Naming over here, same prices column. Okay. What is that we have right now is we have got our data of mixed type. We have got some positive and negative as well in our column. So my boss is not quite happy watching that, and he's telling me, Prabhas, why don't you bring me the positive values alone in the next column? So now the question is, if I need to extract only the positive values in the next column, how will I do that? But before proceeding further and getting the answer, if I look at my data, how will I know that which is positive or which is negative? So first of all, let's go and deal with the negative. How do you know by looking at the data something is negative? Anybody? Right, people? If something is negative, how will I identify that? Simple, as Sachin said and Vijay said also, which is in brackets, or if at all anything starts with hyphen or dash symbol, those are negatives. If none of them is available, then that is definitely a positive one. This is a simple way of understanding by looking at the data, considering something negative. Now, if I ask you, please find it by checking it logically. So logically, how will you find a value is positive or negative? We keep the base as 0. If anything more than 0, positive. If it is less than 0, negative. Do you agree with me? If I need to find out logically, no, it's not odd and even. It's not odd and even, Monica. It's about finding the positive and negative we are discussing. Okay. So anything above 0 is positive, anything less than 0 is negative. The same thing when you want to do it in Excel, what you will be doing, just have a look. Start working with me. You need to go and select the entire solution array as we have discussed and type equal to. Go for a logical formula of Excel naming called if. So if is the logical formula. What it asks, say logical test. So to do a test, we need to depend upon a source cell. So source is my price column in the left, comma. So don't give comma, just take the cell only. Now, what we need to do in this cell, what kind of test we need to do? Is it greater than 50 or is it greater than 0? Sorry. That is what we need to check, logical check, whether the value is greater than 0, comma. Now, when we are doing a test, what is the result would be the test? Either success or the failure. If the result is success, if the test is passed, then what we are expecting in the next column. So next column, we are expecting the same value, right? Comma. Now what it demands me? Value if false. So if the test is not true, it's fail. What does it mean by fail? The failure is nothing but if it is not greater than 0, so definitely it will be less than 0. So if it is less than 0, it means it's negative. So if it is negative, we do not want the same value to be populated in the next column. But there should be some treatment we have to give it in the next column. What is that? 0, hyphen, nil, not available, not applicable, anything you must write within 2 double quotation marks or two double inverted quotes. Since we are dealing with a template, how you should treat? We should go for a blank cell. And to define a blank cell in the formula, we should go for 2 immediate double inverted quotes, not single quote 4 times, shift and double quote 2 times. So that is a self-employed message. The cell will be treated as blank. This is the place where people commits a mistake. They define 2 double quotation marks, but they define a space in between that. That is really annoying because space, though it is not visible, but it is counted as a character. So you have to be very careful. If you need a blank cell as a output, you must define only 2 double quotes immediately. Now bracket close. Formula is ready only for a cell. Need to apply for rest. As we know, shortcut, control, enter. Things are done. So can you see how the job has become very simple when I need to extract the data from a column? So this is how people we have understood over here how to use a simple logical formula of Excel and get our job done. So please give it a try and check it's working. Any doubt, any queries, do let me know. So, well, Pramod has confirmed. How about others? Any doubt, any queries? Okay. Edwin Vijay also done. Very good. Anirudh done. Monica? Fine. My first row value is coming. Sachin, that's what you have to do, and that's what I told you. You have to first select your entire range as I selected. Leave your mouse, leave your touchpad, go for equal to, and go for if. Taking the value from the left greater than 0, comma, same value should appear if it is true, comma, if it is false, only two double inverted quotes for a blank cell. Bracket close, you should not go for enter. You should hit control enter. Then only entire thing will be populated. Okay. So these things you have to practice. So at each and every click, if you could save some time at the end of the day, consolidate minimum 1 to 1.5 hours you can save because of the keyboard shortcuts uses. Trust me, I can give you an assurance for that. All right. So now, if formula we used, got the answer. Now again, I'm going to ask the same question. Are you happy with the solution? Yes, people. You can give your viewpoints. Yes, Anirudh, are you happy? Of course, yes.
Yeah, yes, sir. But the blanks, I mean, it shows the data is incomplete.
Yeah, it is not incomplete. It is what we are giving a message that these are our
Okay.
unwanted data. I mean, if it's a negative, I don't want that. That's why we are making it. If you want any text also,
Okay.
you can define, like if I go for it, it is, I can say not a positive one or negative, something like that. If I want to write negative over here, I can write that. So that is not an issue. Okay.
Okay, I actually had a question about that. So
Right.
Now it's clear.
Yeah. So I can say that everyone is quite happy with the solution, correct? Now, I would like to tell you one thing. This is what our expert suggests us to do the job like this. I never recommend this formula over here. Yes, something surprising, but this is the fact. The reason is, see, getting solution is not a big deal in Excel. There are various ways to get the job done. But which is the finest approach, you should always opt it. But how will I know that which is the finest approach? First thing, the option which doesn't take much time. The option which is making my file so fast or robust, it is not making my file slow. The option which is not increasing my file space, then definitely that is the best option. Okay. So here, why I don't recommend is, if you remember, the moment I started the training program, I told you in our routine activities, the first and foremost challenge is about the file space management. So here, one thing you remember all the time, the more the if formula in any Excel file size will be heavy. So if formula should not be your first choice. If at all any other solution is not there, you don't have any other choice. In the worst case, go for the if formulas. All right. So now, having said this, since if formula is going to occupy more space, what is the alternate solution for this? How to keep my formula length minimum? How to keep my file size minimum? Just see, just 1 minute, watch my screen. There is an alternative column. I have kept it for you. You can notice equal to. There is a formula we'll go for naming called max. And we know max formula, what it does. In a range which is the maximum value, that alone it extracts or it gives the output. So I'll take my number 1, prices column, first value, comma. What it demands me? Number 2. So here we need to discuss, focus a bit, just stay focused. The moment we discussed to logically identify which is positive and negative, what is that value we compared with? We compared with 0, keeping the base as 0, isn't it? So number 2 is nothing but 0. That's it. Now what we are trying to do, we are asking Excel to check between the price column and 0, which is more, you should return as an answer. So we are not asking below 0 cases over here, isn't it? Job becomes more simple. Very limited options, characters we used, and the moment we complete our formula, control enter. Now you tell me, being an audience, if you look at my formula, which one you prefer to see, option 1 or option 2? Right, people? Right. So everyone will be waiting and they will be happy the way you have created in option 2. So give it a try and check your max formula is how replacing this if formula at this state we got the understanding. Any doubt you can ask me, no problem. So question number 4, answer the way we have achieved the solution. We are clear with that. Now we'll go for our next. So here you can notice the question is asking calculate the date of expiry of AMC agreements. So this is one of the beautiful example mostly we deal with also, and it is one of the date related challenge how to deal with we are going to discuss. Now suppose say on 11th December 2019, I furnished one contract with one of my AMC vendor and to safeguard my asset called HP printer and the duration I fixed for 16 months. So now the question is when this contract is going to be expired, I need to compute that. Then only I can take a call whether to renew the contract or to stop the service or to change the vendor, or if the asset is already scrapped, there is no point of renewing the same, correct? So what would be my date of expiry? Can anyone tell me? Just manually check and let me know. 11th December 2019, we furnished the agreement. After 16 months, what should be the date? Yes, anybody? Manually also checking this much of time will take means the how will do the transitions. Yeah. So Sachin is telling April 2021. So Sachin, what is the date? Edwin just written 10 April 2020. Okay. Pramod again saying April 2021. So I need the date also. I don't need the month and year. I just need the date as well, because on that date only I can renew or I can take a call whether to stop the service, whether to change the vendor, or I need to change the AMC period, whatever exactly. Okay. So Monica is saying 11th April. What is the year, Monica? Okay. So 11th April 2021, a lot of things are there. See, a lot of confusions are happening around, right? Take a look. 11th December 2019, after 12 months, 11th December 2020. After that, 4 months, Jan, Feb, March, April. So April 2021 and 11th should be the date that we know. This is supposed to be the right answer as such, as a layman, if I think about, isn't it? So here, just to identify a date of expiry for a particular case, we took this much of time. Think about this. If you open the file and there are 10,000 cases are like this, and you are the sole caretaker for the entire AMC of the organization, think about it, how much time it will be taking for you. Of course, if you start working with this, it will take the whole day. So that's not the right way to express your results, isn't it? So here, to do this job, one thing for sure, when there is a date-related answers to be computed or date-related questions we need to deal with, we have to be pinpoint accurate for a single day of difference also, isn't it? So how to make it accurate? Our experts, then again, they will tell you different answers. So what you have to do is just see, select the entire array where you have to design the solution. Go for, there is a formula in our Excel naming called EDATE. E stands for electronic. Okay, what it demands me, it asks me start date. So start date, we do have our date of AMC. Okay, now come up over here. What it demands me, months. So we have months over here. Then we have taken that, bracket close. Formula is ready only for a cell. Need to apply for rest. What is the shortcut? Anybody? Control enter. So now we got our answer, no doubt. Now hold on. Once you have the answer, just hold on. What is that about? What is this answer about? Anybody?
About when the contract will end.
What is that? 44,297 on my screen it is showing. What does it mean? Okay, Sachin is saying date. 44,297 is it a date? Vijay Shankar is saying text. Pramod is saying hours. Okay, fine. So this is the reason why we need to first understand certain concepts of our Excel calculations and formatting. So no need to do anything. Just watch my screen. Okay. What is this? Is it today's date? Yeah, it's a date, but it's today's date, correct? So the date is a format, but technically behind that format, what is the value technically it is working is nothing but this. So this is called our general format. What is that? General format. When you are dealing with Excel, you should speak the Excel language. Okay. Similarly, same value remains, the value remains the same. But if I want this, what do you call this? This is called number format. Window dressing of data is changing, but value remains the same. Same data, but if I go for it, this is called our time format. Same data, if I go for it, this is called our currency format. Same data, I go for it over here, and now this is called our percentage format. Okay, so basically these are the different types of formats we deal with. All right, and where is the date? The date we are going to deal. So this is called our date format. Okay, so hope now you got a clarity. What is this format about? The answer, whatever we received, what is this format about? It's the general format. But what we are expecting the date format. So any point of time to convert to date format is what we do. Just watch. We go for right click, we go for format cells, then we go for again date, And when we go for changing the date options, we go and choose the respective date format. That much time we do not have, trust me. So what you can do is select the beauty, see the beauty. Any point of time to convert any format to date format. Okay, what you can do is on your keyboard, you can simply press the command Control, Shift, and 3. I repeat, Control, Shift, and 3 to convert any format to date format. Just see, is it changing? So this is what the beauty. With keyboard itself, you can change the format. All right. So this is called our eDate. Check, is it working? Now, if you're having a question in your mind, if your mind is asking question to you, so okay, date format, any format to date format, we come to know from keyboard shortcut, Control, Shift, and 3. Now, how about general? Anything to general? How to do that? So Control, Shift, and can you see one tilde symbol above to your tab key on your keyboard? Everybody will be having. So you have to use Control, Shift, and tilde to convert any format to general format. Okay. Now number, Control, Shift 1 for number. Now time, Control, Shift 2 for time. So like this, starting from tilde symbol till your numerical button 5, with combination Control Shift, you can deal with the respective formats. So I repeat, you can see Control Shift tilde for general, Control Shift 1 for number, Control Shift 2 for time, Control Shift 3 for date, Control Shift 4 for currency. You can see a dollar symbol. Control Shift 5 for percentage. You can see a percentage symbol also. So all these formats, whatever we discussed, this can be interchanged through a simple keyboard shortcut starting from this infinitive till your fifth characters. All these things are there in our keyboard shortcut list as well. So only thing is you have to practice. Hope it is clear, working for everyone. eDate, very powerful formula, people. Whenever you are maintaining any data sets with regard to your contracts, claims, bank guarantees, or your any kind of investment related documents, you can always take this formula help and you can always maintain the Excel as a proper tracker over there. Okay. Now date of expiry we have computed. Okay, but that alone is not enough. What we have to again compute is 11th April 2021, the first case, whatever the date of expiry, is it going to fall in a weekday or weekend? That also we need to know. So how to extract a day from a date? That should be our next objective. So what you can do, see, there is a ready-made formula in our Excel. The name is called text. What is that? Text. If you go for that, it demands me the value. Yes, we have comma. What's the next one? Format text. So what is the format basically we follow in our Excel for the date is DDMMYY or MMDDYY, where D plays a role of date, M for month, Y for year. So now we are not going to focus with month and year. We are going to focus with only the day. So within two double inverted quotes, you need to type 4 Ds over there. Is it really mandatory? We should go for 4 Ds? No. Then what is the significance of 4 Ds? Is nothing but to get the string completely, the day name complete, like Sunday, SUNDAY. To get the complete name, we should go for 4D. What if I go for 3 Ds? It will only give you first 3 characters of the day, like SUN, sun. Sunday, we can get only sun. Monday, FMON only will be getting. So that is what the significance. Now, is it mandatory we should go for caps on? No. Excel formulas are not case sensitive. You can write drop caps also or in small letter D 4 times. Now, formula is ready only for a cell. Need to apply for rest. As we learned, Control Enter. and we got our data ready. So this is how people, any point of time, if you happen to extract a day from a date, you can go for a simple formula called text. Try this and check, are you getting the result? Very, very helpful. Now, day we have understood how to extract. Let's go for a practice, finding the month and year as well. So please do that. So for month, what we can do is equal to text, taking the date of expiry within two double inverted quotes, 4 M's. Right? Similarly, going to the year, you can use text, no doubt, but that will be very lengthy. Okay, so what I suggest is, in case of year especially, we have a ready-made year formula in Excel. You can take that. And what it demands me, the date. Yes, serial number is nothing but the date. And now see. So this is how one more technique you can always follow. Whichever the formula keeps your length minimum and not making your file size heavy, you can go for it. So text for our month, because these formulas will be very, very helpful to generate your data. Most of the time, what it happens in our SAP reports, you will not be getting the ready-made columns like your month and year. Sometimes you need to generate. So those cases, these formulas will be very helpful. Okay. So check, confirm, everything is working. Any doubt, any queries? All right, so I got confirmation from Pramod and Anirudh. How about others? All right. So this is how we have completed our business maths case studies, people. Okay. So with this, we'll go for a short break of 15 minutes. Fine. So in my system, it is 4:05. Again, 4:20 p.m. We are going to catch up. So have a brisk, come back soon. We'll discuss the rest. So 4:20 p.m. as per my system time, we'll again resume our session. Okay. So I'll be mute. I'll be back in 15 minutes time max. So, well, people, I believe everybody's back. Could you please respond in the chat box? Why for yes? Okay. All right. So now we are going to discuss the next sheet is about our data presentation. So before break, we discuss about the business math calculations like in routine activities, the date challenges, and some minimum formulas like sum product, small, large, with combination of row, m round, if something we have seen. So now we are going to discuss in detail something. When you have the data, how to make it informative. Because in today's world, people, mere having the numbers alone is not enough. So if you simply present your numbers, nobody likes it also. So people are expecting your number, you should present in such a way, it should give a information. So data is something different from a information. A number can be classified or can be described as data, and data can be presented as a information. So there is a journey we need to fulfill. So mere having the data alone is not enough. That is the bottom line. So let's see how to make some improvements on that. Take an example. Suppose my boss asked me, Prabhas, get me entire year's revenue data. So what I did, month-wise, product-wise, whatever the Excel sheets I had designed, everything I have opened, and this is what the final summary I have presented it. Now my data is ready for dispatch. No doubt what my boss was asking, I made it. But that alone is not enough. That alone is not enough. So if it is not enough, what else we can do so that my presentation will be more informative? What else we can add it so that when I present it, people would be happy watching my presentation? What else I can incorporate it along with this data so that there will be a value addition to my work? So think about it and do let me know your value. Whatever your opinion, what can be done to make it more informative? Whatever it comes to your mind, no worries. You can express your view. We are here to rectify. We have two columns, month and revenue. What can be expressed in this?
It can maybe be put into a graphical format.
Yeah, that's a good one. We can make line, column, pie, bar, whichever it is comfortable for us. We can make a graphical presentation of our data. All right. What else? Comparative. Vijay is saying comparative. So Vijay, what is the meaning by comparative? Could you please be more precise? So if I understand in the same fashion, the way you are saying, you mean to say month and month data we can compare, like Jan to Feb, Feb to March, we can compare our data. This is what you are up to, Vijay? So if yes, yes, that can be done also. That's one thing we can do. What else? Can we present our data in terms of percentage? This is there in numbers, in USD, billions, billions, lakhs, crores. So the same can be presented in terms of percentage. So all these things technically plays a very big role to make our data informative. So whatever we discussed, everything is needed. So how to start with? Let's go and start working together. See, any data, the minimum requirement is there should be a total. We do not have a total. We should have that. So please keep your cursor in the bottom cell and make a total by simply pressing a keyboard shortcut. Alt equal to. So a keyboard shortcut, when you go and press Alt with equal to, Alt equal to, it will take you through an immediate sum over here. And the moment you hit enter, this is ready. So everybody just confirm, did you receive the same total, 33,715? Right? So we have started from this point. Okay. So our data is ready with total. Fine. Now this column, whatever we have prepared and presented, maybe my immediate boss. Yes, Edwin, Alt equal to, keeping the cursor in the bottom cell, Alt equal to, press together. This is the Alt key and this is the equal to sign, press together and hit enter. You will be getting a total like this. All right. Now, as I told you, this numbers, whatever we have presented, revenue in US dollar, this billion, million, or lakhs and crores of data, maybe my immediate boss would be happy watching the same. But when I'm going to present the same to my management people, to my global leaders, to my to my stakeholders or vendors or customers, they are not looking for the same. They are looking for revenue data, but it should be in percentage. So let's go and create one more column naming revenue percentage. Revenue percentage. So start working with me. Okay. What should be the formula for revenue percentage calculation? So please stay focused for 1 minute. Watch my screen. What I'm doing, please observe. Next 1 minute, I'll be giving time to try with. Don't worry. So first, understand. Now, whatever these values, if I want to present it in terms of percentage, what does it mean? Like, if this is my Jan month revenue, how much it is carrying in terms of percentage of my total revenue that we need to present. So that is called revenue in percentage. So what should be the formula? Equal to Jan month revenue. That should be divided by the total revenue. Do you agree? First say yes or no. So each and every month, the value has to be divided by the total revenue. But here, when I copy this formula towards down, this total revenue cell should not move down. So what I'm supposed to do with that, we understand one concept called dollar symbol. So we need to press F4. But we are supposed to get the answer in terms of percentage. Percentage. So we go and multiply with 100. That is unwanted. So we can complete our formula with this. And I told you, any point of time to convert any format to percentage format, Control, Shift, and 5. Control, Shift, and 5 to convert any format to percentage format. So immediately you will be finding your data is converted into percentage value. And the same we can apply for the rest. So we can go for this double click on this drag button. This is called fill handle button. And immediately it will be ready for the entire column. And now we can go for a total. Same keyboard shortcut, Alt equal to. And is it giving me 100%? Yes. So this is how people, we have got one more column ready, naming called revenue percentage column. So please give a try and check and confirm this is done. So we got a value additions to our data, isn't it? Adding one more column over there. Any difficulties in understanding? Any questions running in your mind or any queries? Feel free to ask.
Sir, could you tell us what the auto sum formula is again? Is equal to alt E or
Alt.
what is it?
Alt equal to.
Alt equal to, okay.
Yeah, both pressed together, it will be giving a sum formula. You have to hit enter.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Sir, that repeat once again that dollar blocking that row, no?
Yeah, F4. F4.
So B5 by
B5 by B17. B17 alone to be locked because B17 should not move down. Only B5 should go to B6, B7, B8, B9. It should move like that. But B17 should remain constant. That's why B17 to be locked. So B17, you have to select your cursor and then you have to go for F4 one time.
so B5 by so B5 by B17, no?
Yeah, 17 is the total cell. So each and every month we should divide by the total.
So after B17, that dollar sign is to be function F4, no?
Yeah, for your keyboard, if it is F4 is not a direct key, you have to go with function with F4. So last time small and large, how did you apply? In last time small and large, how did you apply? F4 or function F4?
Function F4.
Then you have to go also function
yes,
F4.
yeah, got it.
Right, right.
B5 by $17. Now control enter, no?
If you have already selected the whole range, control enter. If you have only working with one cell, enter.
Absurd answer is given.
No, did you receive the whole column or only one cell?
One cell only.
Okay. If you have received only one cell, then go for the drag button, the button which will be helping us to drag. How did you drag
The
normally?
12% is also not coming. Some giving absurd result.
Can you please share the screen? Just share the screen.
Just a minute. Just a minute. Is it visible now?
Yeah, I can see that.
Is equal to B5. So
Don't type B5. Click B5 cell. Comma, then go to total cell. Just select the total cell. Divide. No, division, the slash one. B17. No, don't type B17 again. Just click the cell. Click the cell. Where is the cell? Scroll down. Total you have not designed yet. So escape. First escape. Escape. Then go and create total first. सचिन जी एक टोटल बनाइए, पहले टोटल बनाइए. रेवेन्यू कॉलम का टोटल चाहिए ना. तो रेवेन्यू कॉलम का पहले टोटल बनाओ. जो 4479 है उसके नीचे रखो. ऑल्ट इक्वल टू एक साथ प्रेस करो. ऑल्ट के साथ इक्वल टू एक साथ प्रेस करो. यस, एंटर. राइट. नाउ कम अप. अभी चलो फॉर्मूला इक्वल टू B5 from the left divided by, just divide by जो slash. B17 जो नीचे है, जो टोटल बनाया अभी, उस सेल को क्लिक करो. देन उसको लॉक करो. F4. आपके कीबोर्ड में फंक्शन F4. अभी एंटर करो.
जस्ट एंटर ना.
यस. नाउ वहां पे फिर से जाओ जहां पे सॉल्यूशन बनाया. उसको अभी वेरी गुड. कंट्रोल शिफ्ट 5 एक साथ प्रेस करो तीनों को, तो ये परसेंटेज में कन्वर्ट होगा. अभी जाना है उसको ड्रैग करने के लिए डबल क्लिक करना है. नहीं, ड्रैग ऐसे नहीं करना है, ऐसा नहीं करना है, मैनुअली ऐसा नहीं करना है. यहाँ पे 10-12 कॉलम है, कर लेंगे. 10,000 लाइन आइटम होता तो कैसे करते? अंडू. जहाँ पे नहीं, पहले सुनो. आप पहले सुनो. 12% बन गया. नॉर्मली जो ड्रैग करते हो वो बटन कहाँ पे है? ड्रैग करने वाला बटन कहाँ पे है?
ये आप बताओ।
हाँ, उसको डबल क्लिक करो, डबल क्लिक करो। आ गया?
हो गया।
हाँ, नीचे जाओ, अभी अभी तक नहीं हुआ है। टोटल करना है,
हम्म।
इसका भी टोटल करना है। तो रखो, सेल में रखो कर्सर। टोटल के लिए क्या शॉर्टकट था?
कंट्रोल
नहीं नहीं नहीं, नहीं।
आल्ट इक्वल टू।
हाँ, ऑल्ट इक्वल टू प्रेस करो, एक साथ एंटर करो। आ गया? राइट, ये सब प्रैक्टिस करना है आपको।
ओके ओके।
राइट,
थैंक यू।
वेलकम। तो चलिए, नाउ once we have done with this over here, we got one more column added to our data, naming called revenue percentage. All right. Now, what else we can do to make it more informative? Just 1 minute, watch my screen first. So, as we discussed, we can compare our data month and month, like Jan to Feb, Feb to March, March to April, we can compare. So that is called nothing but our growth. So let's go and create one new column naming called growth. All right. Now, this growth column, what would be the formula we are going to discuss now? Well, just 1 minute, watch my screen first. Equal to whatever, if I go for Jan month, but Jan month, since it is my first month of the year, do you anything see before Jan to compare? If I want to compare the growth, if I want to find out the growth before Jan, do you see any other month? No. So that's why growth for the month of Jan is nil. Growth for the month of Jan is nil. But when I go to Feb, we have got something to compare with, correct? So what should be the formula? Equal to Feb month revenue minus Jan month revenue. Do you agree with the formula? First watch, see, confirm, understood, then we'll go for that. Don't worry. So I gave a formula, finding the growth for the month of Feb. Is it the right formula? Right? So when you compare now Jan to Feb, what is happening? My revenue is increasing or decreasing?
Decreasing.
So we got the reason in minus. So once we result received in the month of Feb, the same we can apply for the others also. So how to apply? Double click on the fill handle. So this is how we created another column naming called growth. So please try and confirm. Is it working? Any doubt, any queries? All right. So finding the growth column, I believe everybody is clear. Now growth in terms of value, maybe my immediate boss would be happy watching the same. But when I'm going to present the data to the management, they are not interested in seeing the growth in billions, millions, or lakhs and crores. They want to see growth, but that should be in terms of percentage. So now we are going to see how to create another column as a value addition to the data over there, naming called growth percentage. So let's go and create one more column, naming called growth percentage. All right. Now, just 1 minute, watch my screen and observe and try to understand. Then 1 minute, you'll be taking time to try. Don't worry. So, what should be the growth percentage? See, since growth for the month of Jan is nil, growth percentage also will be nil. Do you agree? Since growth for the month of Jan is nil, growth percentage also will be nil. But when you go to Feb, what should be the formula? Equal to growth for the month of Feb, whatever the value we have identified, that should be divided by the base month. So for Feb, which is the base? The base is January. Do you agree with the formula? To define my growth in terms of percentage, taking the growth for the month of Feb, we have divided with the base month. And once I hit enter, I got the answer in decimal. And we know how to convert any format to percentage. Control Shift 5. And once we have got the same we can apply for the rest. Double click on the fill handle. And this is how one more column we made it ready, naming called growth percentage. So please give it a try and check it's working, confirm. Right, people? All of you are getting the result. Anybody is getting any different answer or getting trouble? Do let me know. All right. Now, once we have done with this, what else we can do? Let's have a look. Now, stay focused for 1 minute. Watch my screen, follow my audio. The moment, suppose I have completed the business for the month of Jan. If suppose somebody asks me, Prabhas, how much you have made a business? So I'll tell you 3,963 USD. Do you agree? When I complete my business for the month of Jan, if suppose somebody asked me how much business you have made, this will be my answer. But when I'm going to answer the same question, when I complete my business for the month of Feb, what will be my answer? Jan plus Feb. So this is how we are going to tell. If I complete the business for the month of March and same thing I need to answer, our answer would be Jan plus Feb plus March. What do you call this? Anybody? That's called cumulative. That's right, Anirudh. So we call it as cumulative, or we call it as accumulation of the data, or we call it technical language running total. But when you are using the same in the corporate reports, people, you should use the proper corporate jargons. And what is that corporate jargon? YTD, year to till date. This should be our new column, and that is nothing but our cumulative values. So create a column YTD. All right. Now, what should be the formula for YTD? Just watch my screen for a minute. Okay. Since Jan month is my first month, whatever the value of business I made, the same value is going to be my YTD. Do you agree? Whatever my Jan month revenue, the same is going to be my YTD for the month of Jan. So I can put it in a formula, no issues, right? I can put it in a formula, right? Now, when I go to FAV, what should be the formula? Equal to Jan month YTD plus Feb month revenue. Do you agree? The moment we go to Feb, what should be the YTD calculation is nothing but equal to Jan month YTD plus Feb month current revenue. And the moment I go for enter, am I getting the data in terms of cumulative? Yes. Now, when I know this is going to come over here, the same we can apply for the rest. Double click on the fill handle and we got the things ready. So how will I confirm that my YTD calculation is 100% accurate? The best example, see, December month, whatever the YTD value, is it matching with my total revenue? So that itself is a message that I am in the right track. So this is how people, you can create a new column naming called YTD. Just try and check, is it working? So everybody is clear so far, whatever we did. Any questions from anybody? All right. Now, YTD in terms of value, maybe my immediate boss would be happy watching the same. But the moment we are going to present the same to the management, they are not worried about the YTD in terms of billions, millions, lakhs, and crores. They want to see YTD, but in terms of percentage. So we need to create one more column naming called YTD percentage. So let's create one more column. All right. Now, what should be the formula for our YTD percentage calculation? Just have a look. As we decided, the revenue column is nothing but our revenue month for the month of Jan, whatever the revenue, the same is YTD for the month of Jan. Similarly, whatever the Jan month revenue percentage, can it be declared as YTD percentage for the month of Jan? Can we do that? Like the revenue value is nothing but YTD for the month of Jan. Similarly, the revenue percentage, can it be YTD percentage for the month of Jan? Yes, simple. So we can go for equal to taking the revenue percentage and we got it. Now, what would be the formula for Feb month YTD percentage? Equal to Jan month YTD percentage plus Feb month current revenue percentage. Do you agree? For Feb month calculations, can we take this formula? Yes, of course. Now, the moment I hit enter, I am getting the data cumulative. See, 12 plus 11, is it exactly matching with 23%? Yes. Now, formula is ready. Only for a cell, need to apply for rest. What is the shortcut? We can select and do Control Enter, else double click on the fill handle. And I told you how you will know that you are in the right track. The moment you go to December, YTD percentage of December, is it matching with my total revenue percentage column cell? So yes, we are in the right track, isn't it? So this is how we should confirm when you go for this kind of calculations. So just give it a try and check this is working fine for you. So any queries? Any questions from anybody? Hope this is working. Just imagine, we had only 2 columns, but this much of task is pending, right? So this is not confined to only accounts, finance, whichever the department you are working with, sales, marketing, production, planning, or you're in HR, or you're in stores, anywhere, you have to present your records with this kind of statistical calculations to make your data more informative. This is very, very essential. Okay. Now, once we have got our data ready over here, now the first thing what you need to do is keep your cursor anywhere in the data and go for Control A. So whenever you have multiple columns of data you have created, the first thing is you have to always ensure that you should give a feel of a table. So how to give a feel of a table? By applying the borders. How to apply the borders? We have an option going to home, borders, and all borders. This is with the help of mouse. Else, the same thing, we can do it with a simple keyboard shortcut. How? Just see, Alt. Then all these menu ribbon keys will be activated. Remove the finger. Need to go to home. For home, what is the key assigned? H. I need to press H. Now I have navigated to the home tab. For border, which key is assigned? B. I'll go for B. So now I have navigated to the border application. Which option I should go for? All borders. What is the key assigned for all borders? A. We got it? So Alt H B A, one by one. No need to press together and struggle. So Alt H for home, B for border, A for all border. Check, is it working? If you're not comfortable using keyboard shortcuts, you can use mouse. But if you ask me, I would always recommend go for keyboard shortcuts. And that too, here it is must. The reason is in our day, 1,000 times we'll be doing the formattings. So instead of using mouse for 1,000 times, if you use the keyboard shortcuts, at least 500 seconds minimum you can save. Okay. So all of you have got your border application ready? Any difficulties? All right. Now, so Monica, Anirudh, Vijay, they have confirmed. How about others? Sachin, Pramod, Raja. Okay. Fine. Now, once you have done with this, when you do multiple columns presentations, people, at least you should care for your look and feel also of the data. So how to go for minimum formatting upon this? Just see. So to create a better feel and to improve the look, what we do basically, we do the colorings. So what kind of colorings we have the options? One is the font color. Second one is the background color. So where you find all these things, we'll go for home tab and we have got the ready-made options, font color and background color. So this is what we mostly use, but technically this is not the whole world. We have got more beautiful things than this. I'll tell you what. So having the selection with the entire month column data start to end, I will go to home tab. There's an option called cell styles. You can see in the home, we have an option called cell styles. So when you go for cell styles, it opens up with broad categories and there one themed cell styles in the bottom line. If you see the accent 1, 2, 3, all these things are high definition colors with the contrast color to the background, the font color is also already there. So you don't need to go and struggle that directly. You go on from operate from this. Looks good. So I don't need to go for two different activities, font color and again fill color. See, automatically it comes both. If the font fill color is high definition or gradient color, font color is automatically to the high contrast to the background. Similarly, I'll go for my first row, again home, cell styles, I'll choose one more. Okay. So minimum formatting, whatever to improve the look and feel of our table, we got it. Right? Looks good. What say? Not so jazzy, not so loud, not so overloaded. Very soothing look. Now, the latest style of data presentation. What it says, when you have multiple column data, the first column should be aligned to the left, like month column, always it should be aligned to the left. And how about the rest of the columns? Kindly select the rest of the columns, and the other columns should be aligned to the center. So how to align it to center? Going to home, alignment, and here we have an option called center. Okay. Now the same thing with the help of keyboard shortcuts. If you want to do Alt, H, A, C. So automatically the data will be aligned to the center. So Alt H A C one by one. H for home, A for alignment, C for center. So this is for center alignment again. Right? Now all these things we have done in Excel. So this is how people we have understood how to make our data more informative. Just think about this many only two columns we are thinking of, and we felt that our work is completed, but this much of task is pending. So always try to think out of box, always try to give more along with the demand, and trust me, automatically your report quality will be also improved. So any questions as such, anybody? Clear? Yes, Vijay. Oh, I did not get you. What's that? Is it a question? See, the color themes, you have to select first the area where you want to apply. Going to home, we have an option called cell styles. In this cell styles, we have to go for the category from the theme cell styles, the bottom line. So whatever you have selected, it will be applied with that color. Right. Now, just for information, watch my screen. Since we have done all these things ready, where? In Excel. We need to hardly struggle in PowerPoint. How? Just see. I'll go for, suppose I'm presenting this, my boss asked me, Prabhas, why don't you get it in PowerPoint? No problem. I can simply copy the data. I can go to my PowerPoint, and over there, I have to do one thing, just a simple right click upon the slide, right click upon the slide, and I need to go for image. And once I do that over here, immediately this will be ready. And when I'm presenting this also, it will be giving a neat and clean look and properly defined. So this is how, when you do the things better in Excel, that will be definitely helpful for your PowerPoint as well. All right. Right. So can I take your consent that everybody is clear so far? So good. I mean, any doubt, any queries, anybody? Great. Sachin, समझ में आया? Good. So
Yes, sir.
these things you need to practice, people. Overnight, nothing is possible. As I told you, I can only teach you the techniques. I can teach you the process. I can make you aware of Excel features. But you have to practice hard. And during the practice, if you face any difficulties, the recordings you will be getting, you'll have to follow them. Now, come to the bottom, just below to that. Now we'll see the other section of our data, how to make our data presentable. Okay. So same data, month-wise revenue data is there with us. But if I need to present it to my audience, how will I present it? Keep your cursor anywhere in the data and go for Control A. And when I go for Control A, entire data is selected. Now to give a better feel over there in this data, what we can do is going to Home. There is a beautiful option called Format as Table. What is that? Format as Table. Then when you open that option, you can see it is coming up with 3 different categories like light, medium, and dark. Always go for light or medium. Don't go for dark options because the more the dark color, again, file size will be more. And then if I took one dip medium over here, just see and click OK. So now can you see a beautiful transformation of your data is going to happen? Alternate rows are highlighted, background fill of headers is there, filter buttons are activated, top and bottom row is applied with the thick borders. So all these things are happening over there, right? So this is the beauty of our format as table option, right? So everybody is able to feel that, how it is adding more beauty to the table. Any questions? Going to Home, Format as Table, anything from the light or medium. Right, Edwin? Did you receive that? Okay. Now, once we have done with this, next, what we can do, let's go for that. Revenue in terms of US dollar, we made it, and my boss is also quite happy watching the same. Now, immediately, my boss asked me, Prabhas, to generate this much of revenue, how much incentives we have paid, I want to see that. To generate this much of revenue, how much incentives we have paid, I want to see that. Well, so in that case, I need to go and create first a column naming called incentive. Just create it. Then the moment you hit enter, can you see the beauty? The entire formatting is being carried forward but to the next column by Excel itself. We don't need to do that. So that is what the beauty again of your format as table. So your formatting has been taken care by Microsoft Excel now. Now coming to the calculation part. Suppose say in our organization, we have a uniform policy. Whoever our people, the salesman, and whichever the region they are working with, though it is of north, south, east, or west, everybody is entitled for 5% incentive. Take an example. If that is the case, then what you need to do, how to create that, taking just immediately equal to taking the value from the left, from the revenue column. And you can notice it will take automatically this kind of some formats, @ symbol, square brackets, column header name. So don't be panic. This is just the default options of your table format. Then multiply, how many percentage? 5%. I'll go for this. And the moment I hit enter, can you see the beauty? It is not only applying to a cell, but also the entire column. So this is how you can improve your standard of reporting because of this also. Right? Hope it is working. Now, once we have done with our revenue and incentive, ideally, next column, what it's supposed to be? Net revenue. Right, people? So let's go and create another column naming called net revenue. Now, what should be the formula for net revenue calculations, people? Anybody? Basic mathematics. What should be the formula for net revenue calculation? I'm not asking any complex questions, don't worry. Yes, any answers?
Just cumulative only, no?
No, not cumulative. It's not a cumulative. See, cumulative is what? See, this is what A's salary. This is what B's salary. Okay. Then what is meaning by cumulative? We should go for adding A's salary plus B salary is called cumulative value. So what we are doing over here, revenue we have received, incentive we have paid. So incentive when you are paying, it is going out of our pocket, right? So basically net revenue will be what Vijay has stated,
Minus.
equal to revenue minus incentive. So again, it takes its own formatting. Don't worry about it. Just take the cell help B24 minus C24. So B24 minus C24 equal to, you can put it in a formula. And the moment you hit enter, automatically this will be applied for the entire column, not only for a cell. So this is how we have understood, because of this table format, how we are able to increase our speed and be able to populate our values immediately when you are creating a table data. So far clear? Edwin, did you receive the same? Clear? Any doubt? Any queries? Monica? Okay. Pramod? Raja? Okay. Now, once we have done with this, now please stay focused on my screen. Everything is fine as such, no issues. But only one problem is we do not have a total yet. We do not have a total yet. So how to get a total? Just see. No need to go and spend time for creating the total row items over here manually. Okay. What you can do, see the beauty, keep your cursor anywhere in this table Can you see on your ribbon tab, extreme right, a menu separately turns up, naming, design, table design, something depending upon the versions? Did you receive the same? Keeping the cursor in table, if you go for your ribbon menu, you will be finding something like this. And go there, and there is an option you can see naming called total row, which is not selected. Total row is not selected. So you can select this total row option, and immediately you will be finding in the bottom side of the entire table, a row will be created automatically, naming called total. And this will be giving the total only in the net revenue column. What if I want my revenue column total? Well, you can keep your cursor in the revenue column total cell. Immediately, you'll be finding a drop-down list is created. Drop-down list is created. You can click on that. And to make a total, what is the ideal formula? We know called sum. So I'll go and check this sum over here. Can you see the beauty? Everything is there. Only thing is we need to customize according to the need. So that's what the beauty of your again format as table. Check. Is it working? All right. Now, as I told you, when you have your data ready, okay, keep your cursor in the header. Any of the header you can select and go for Control A. Control A. So enter data will be selected, no doubt. And as I told you, always give a feel of a table. So to give a feel of a table, we need to apply the borders. And I told you, what is the shortcut for application of borders? Anybody quickly? We go to the
Alt
option.
H plus.
Yes, yes, continue.
Alt H plus B plus N.
Very good. Alt H B A. So go
A.
for one by one. Alt H for home, B for border, A for all border. Or you can go do with the help of keyboard shortcuts. Instead, you can want to go for mouse. You can go for always this option. So choice is yours, but confirm that borders are applied. Okay. Now, as I told you, when you have multiple columns, ideally the latest style says that the first column should be aligned to what? Anybody? The first column alignment should be always left alignment, and rest of the columns. Yeah, very good.
Center.
Left is the first column. Now select all the rest of the columns, and it should be aligned to the center. And for central alignment, what is the shortcut? Alt H A C. H for home, A for alignment, C for center. Right? Now here, one more problem you can notice we have, though we have aligned to the center, but certain data is not visible. Like if you look at the headers, incentive is not properly displayed. Net revenue, partially only the characters are available. So all these problems we come across many times in our routine activities. When you copy a data from one Excel to other and you paste it, what happens? Always the data comes with some kind of hash kind of symbols. You would have noticed also. Do you agree? When you try to copy data from one Excel to other and paste it, you get your data in hash symbols. And what we do, we take our mouse and we go to the column headers and we keep double clicking and keep expanding the columns. So that is really a tedious process. Never ever do that. So what can be done? Just 1 minute, watch my screen. So whichever the columns I need to just align them properly and adjust them with the character length available and make the entire data visible on the screen, then I need to follow a technique called auto fit of column width. So what is that auto fit of column width? How will I get that? There are two ways again, with the help of mouse, with the help of keyboard shortcuts. So if I want to go for keyboard shortcuts, well, Alt, O for format, C for column, A for auto fit. Alt O C A. Else, going to home, format, auto fit of column width. So whichever it is comfortable for you, you can go for it. If you want to go for keyboard shortcuts, this is what I always recommend to save your time. So Alt O for format, C for column, A for auto fit. So auto fit of column width. Check, is it working? Hope it is clear. Yes, people, any questions from anybody? So can you imagine now in the so far whatever the keyboard shortcuts we have used, if you start using the same, how much time you could save really? Getting the flavor? Right. So this is how we have understood how to make our data presentable. But one more thing, always remember, in Excel, each and every data, they are recognized with their proper formatting. Like date should be in date format, time should be in time format, percentage should be in percentage format. Similarly, number should be in number format. So if you remember in the previous Excel sheet, I explained you about different types of formattings of our data. So when it is a number, what should be the formatting? Like decimal should be there, post decimal two characters should be there, before decimal there should be a comma separator as well. All these things has to be there. So the same thing now we need to apply with our table data. So select only the numbers. Select only the numbers. And to apply the number formatting, I told you to convert any format to number format. What was the keyboard shortcut? Anybody quickly? To convert any format.
Shift 1.
Control Shift 1. So go and just hit together Control Shift and 1. Is it changing the format of my table numbers into a proper number format? So keyboard shortcuts are very essential and doing a great job for us. So this is how people we have understood how to make our data informative and how to make our data presentable. So this is the story of our data presentation sheet. Save all your workbooks and go to the next sheet. The sheet name is called date calculation. Okay. So here, I'm going to take you through one beautiful example, people, so everybody can connect with that also. And this is also somewhere or the other, we need to calculate such kind of, such kind of job we have in front of in our place. And we need to do a lot of calculations like this. Though we are working in the projects or we are in the HR department or we are in accounts or finance, or sometimes in the commercial side also, if it is there also, I have to keep working with that. So let's see, I mean, what exactly it is. So let me put the data in a story format. Say, take an example. Suppose these are the employees who are working in my department. These are the employees who are working in my department. And I have got the employee codes, no doubt. My management has given me a task. What is that? My management has told me or asked me, Prabhas, the people who are working in your department, please submit a report calculating their experience as on date. What my management is saying? Whoever the XYZ employees are working with me, I need to compute their experience starting from the date of joining till today, and I have to submit a report. Hope the ask is clear, the need is clear, the question is clear. What's it? Yes, people? Now, if that is the need, what is the first thing it comes to our mind?
Date of joining.
No. If this kind of task we need to deliver, what is the first thing it comes to our mind? I'll tell you. Is it really our task? Do you agree? Whose task it is? Calculating the experience and all, whose task it is? It is Monica's task, yes or no? Since our friend Monica is belong to HR, yes, Monica? See, Vijay has already stated about this. So definitely. So this is how we come to one conclusion immediately, whose task is it is. Okay. So can we ask a question in return to our management? Sir, this is not my scope of work. Why you are asking this kind of questions to me? No way. So we can't ask a written question. Since management is demanding, we need to deliver that. Now the question is why management is asking us to do a job which is duplicate in nature. Already HR is doing the job. HR has done already the calculations for the entire headcounts of the organization. But still, again, my management is asking to me. The reason is management is again going to take the reports from the individual departments as a decentralized system, and finally they would like to consolidate, and whatever the HR report it is created, they want to reconcile. So anything is missing at the end of the day, at least we can have one report, a consolidated report. Okay. But now how to do it? Okay, we have got a clarity why, what is the requirement, but how to do it? Again, in this place, people, our experts, they will tell you different solutions, some lengthy formulas, and at the end of the day, it will not be giving the accurate solution. So to deal with this particular case, we have only one way out. There is only one formula in Excel, which is a hidden formula of Excel, which will be going to help us in doing this job. What is that? Let me take you through. First, 1 minute, watch my screen. There is a formula in our Excel naming called date diff. This is a hidden formula of Excel. Since 1985 till 2021, this formula is a hidden one. Because this formula is not developed by Microsoft. This comes as a add-in. And this add-in is developed by some third party and it is certified by Microsoft. That's why this formula is kept hidden over here like this. And why it is hidden, though it is an add-in, Microsoft could have brought in the front end. The reason is this formula has got little bit drawback. And because of that drawback, Microsoft has decided to retain in the hidden state. But trust me, there is a formula called date diff. And to prove that it's a hidden formula, I'll show you something. Just see. So far since afternoon, whatever the formulas we have discussed, say our sum product, small, large, if, max, m round, e-date, text, year, any formula you talk about, when you start working with, it gives immediately the instruction. What is this formula about? And when I go for the tab key, it also shows me how to write this formula. Whereas If I go for date diff, do you get anything? No. Just try this on your screen. Do you get any kind of help instruction from date diff? Check and confirm. All right. So now, since it is not showing the instruction, but there is a formula since I am claiming that. So how to work around with this? We need to work together. So let's start working. Keep your cursor below to year and type the formula is equal to date diff. Make sure you're typing your spelling properly. DATEDIF, open the parenthesis or bracket. Now, how to start with any formula related to date? It always starts with a start date. In our case, start date is nothing but date of joining, comma. Now, what's the input I have to take? Whenever you are computing the difference between two setup of dates, then the second input is always end date. So we are going to compute our experience starting from the date of joining till which date? Till today's date. Do you agree? So for today's date purpose, we have a ready-made formula called today. So today, open bracket and close bracket, this formula will be helping us to generate today's date. This is also one Excel formula. Okay, comma. Now, third input, which column we are trying to compute the difference is the year. For the timing, take the blank cell above to the year cell and bracket close. The formula is ready, but the moment you hit enter, it gives me some error. Reason? Our three inputs in the formula we have taken, but only two inputs contains the value. So C6 date of joining is there. Today formula will generate today's date we know, but D4 cell is still defined to a blank cell. So this is the reason why it is showing error. So let's go for that blank cell about the year cell. As we know, we have already discussed the date format in Excel, how it is supposed to be either DDMMYY or MMDDYY. What is the role of D? For day, M, month, Y, year. So to represent our year, let's go to that blank cell and just define Y. So Y stands for year. So this is called your text operator of Excel, which is also predefined by Microsoft Excel. We are not defining anything of our own. All right. So now, are you getting the answer as 13? Though date diff is a hidden formula, how to write this formula? Are you getting some clarity? Any difficulties in understanding? How to write our date diff formula? What is the role of today formula to generate a today's date? What is the role of Y to represent our year? Kindly confirm. Yes, Pramod, equal to date diff, taking the date of joining, comma. Next input is today formula to generate today's date, comma. Taking the Excel operator, that is a blank cell above to the year cell and bracket close. Then later you go and define in that blank cell Y. So Y stands for year. And then you'll be getting the answer called 13. So this is what the formula called date diff. So if at all anybody is getting a different answer or not clear, feel free to ask people. So everybody is clear? Anybody is getting a different answer or not clear? All right. Now, once we have done with this over here, let's go on complete making a practice for month and day also. So for month, we can use M, and for day, we can use D. So what's the formula again? Equal to date diff, start date is date of joining, comma, end date is today's date, and then Excel operator. Similarly, going for day is equal to date diff, start date is date of joining, comma, end date is today's date, and comma, Excel operator. So this is what the formula we have received now to compute our date, month, year, everything. Sorry. So all of you are getting the same answer as I'm showing on the screen? Any doubt, any queries? All right. Now, though we got the answer, but do you believe that we can express our answer of the employee's experience in this format, like 13 years, 167 months, and 5092 days? Is it the right way to express? No way. So what is this answer about then? These are nothing but individual component-wise differences, like year-wise 13, month-wise 167 months, and day-wise 5092 days. Technically, our requirement is something different. When I go and combine all these three, I should get my entire experience. Or the other way, if you discuss, if I go for the month calculation, 167 months are there. We know one thing, whenever number of month reaches to 12, it becomes 1 year. Do you agree? Whenever number of month reaches to 12, becomes 1 year. Now, if I ask you in 167 months, how many complete years are there? What is the basic mathematics we apply? Is equal to 167 divided by 12. So we are getting the answer 13.91. What does it mean by 13? 13 years is there already. So that we have already given to years. We cannot ever express again in the months. True? So 13 years is already taken to years. I cannot again express in the months. So we have to only showcase 0.91, the incomplete months in a complete year, that alone to be displayed in the month category. And for that, what you need to do, just say, no need to take any other extra further activities, just merely changing instead of M, the operator, to YM. So what is that YM stands for? Year to month, the incomplete months in a complete year. And the moment you hit enter, immediately it will throw the result. So complete years have been removed, and incomplete months in a complete year, it is stated in the month category. Right? So similarly, instead of D, go for MD, month to date. So when you go for month to date, the incomplete days in a complete month and whatever the completed year, completed months, it will be removed. The incomplete days in a complete month alone will be displayed on the screen. So this is what now a proper expression of our employees experience. Check it out. Are you getting the same? All right. Now we know one thing. When a particular employee's experience we have computed, the same formula we can apply towards others also. So as we have already discussed, to apply the same for the others, we can select the first employee's experience completely, double click on that drag button, and now it is started saying the problem. So why the other cases it is showing problem? Any idea? Anybody? We have discussed already. Except the first case, rest of the cases, why it is showing error.
Is it because of the dollar symbol?
Simple. So if you look at in the keeping the cursor in the first error and open the formula by hitting F2 or function F2, what happens? When we copy the formula down, my Excel operator Y also moves down. So this is what the problem area, the maroon color border. So only date of joining should move down, not the Excel operator, right? So how to rectify? I told you also. Select your entire solution area for the year column. Open that with F2, which is creating a trouble. D4. I'll keep the cursor and I'll go for F4 key or function F4. So that $2 symbols will be applied before column, making column log, before row, making row log. Formula is rectified only with a cell. Need to apply for rest. Control, enter. Similarly, going for month also, I need to check E4 to be logged. Control, enter. Similarly, going to the day, F4 should not move down, should be logged and control, enter. So this is how we have understood how to rectify our formula. Check. Anybody is not getting the answer or any difficulties, do let me know, people. Clear? So far what we did? Okay, we received the answer. So whenever you want to find out the project span, suppose the project start date is there, project end date is there, what was the span of the project, exactly pinpoint accurate with regard to the years, months and days as well. Or if you are working with or any say machine you have taken on rental basis, how many days exactly put to on use in terms of years, months and days, or employees experience you want to calculate. So anywhere, this kind of formulas plays a very great role over there. But now the question is, again, as I have been asking you, are you happy with the solution? Yes, Anirudh? What's your opinion? As I told you, I'll keep on asking this question.
So at least it's a little long, I feel.
Long.
A little tricky. I mean, to get that, because I tried it like one time, it didn't happen. Then second time, to get the formula right, actually.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So basically, the answer is you are not happy.
Yeah.
Okay. Great. Yes, Edwin, what's your opinion? Are you happy with the solution? Pramod, Sachin, Monica. Monica must be happy because her life we made easy, calculating the experience properly.
Mhm.
Isn't it, Monica?
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. But we have to do it more consciously.
Okay.
Means, up to familiar. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Fine then. So if you are not getting my question properly, I would like to give a helping hand. So my question is over here, going to each and every column, editing the formula, locking the cell for 3 different columns for 3 different times. Are you happy doing the same? Or do you ever think that Excel will ever suggest you to do the job like this? It's such a great tool. So do you think that it is going to make your life mess like this and it will be allowing you to spend this much of time? So what we did, people, this is what our experts suggest us to do the job like this. Technically, Excel never recommends for that, neither I do advise for it. So what we did is ruled out. So kindly select your entire yellow colored cells, answer area, and delete. You must be surprised. Prabhas, what kind of trainer you are? We are taking our entire efforts to understand something new concept, new formula. Finally, you are telling this is not recommended. Yes, sometimes we need to learn from our own mistakes. So what we are not supposed to do, we learned. Correct? Is it clear? Now, how to make some improvements on that? Let's go for it. As I told you earlier, also we have developed the practice. What's that? Where you need to design the solution, first you select where you need to create your solution or design your solution. First you create. Now, leave the mouse, leave the touchpad and go for equal to date diff. Make sure typing your spelling properly is equal to date diff, DATE, DIF. Bracket open. What is the first input? Can somebody tell me?
Date of joining.
The moment we go for date of joining, what is that cell address it has picked up? C6. Stay focused. Now, what is the role of C? C is a column. C is a column. What is the role of 6? 6 is a row. So what is cell? Cell is nothing but intersection point of column and row. So first is the column, second is the row. Is that clear? What is cell? Is that clear? It's very, very important. Stay focused. Again, I'm saying, We are going to use these techniques number of times in this entire journey. So please stay focused what I'm saying. First, watch my screen, understand each and every concept one by one, and then go and operate. So first thing, we have taken start date and we have seen this is the cell C6, it has picked up. Now stay focused, no need to do anything. When I copy this formula towards down, C6 will go to C7, C8, C9, C10, and so on. Are you okay with that movement? Do you believe Excel is going to move like that? Yes or no? When we copy the formula down, C6 will start moving to down, C7, C8, C9, C10. Do you believe? Yes or no? So, as you said, yes. So what is happening? Just watch my screen, focus with my audio. C6, C7, C8, C9, C10. Which one sounds common? Is it C? What is C? C is a column. What we have understood, when we copy the formula down, cells are moving down. Cells are moving down. So, which one sounds common? Is C. What is C? C is column. So, our data is not restricted to a cell. It is moving, but it is moving within a column. So, when data is moving within a column, instead of locking the cell, we need to lock only the column. And to lock the column only, we need to bring the dollar symbol before column. And to bring the dollar symbol before column, we need to press F4 key 3 times. We need to hit F4 key 3 times. So go and hit F4 once, twice, thrice. If it is not a direct key, go for function with F4, but that should be 3 times. Now, you will be getting a dollar symbol before column. What does it mean? When I copy the formula towards right, C6 will never go to D6 because column is locked. But when I copy this formula towards down, C6 will definitely go to C7 because row is free. So this setup, we call it as our column constant, column freeze, or column lock. Just go and apply. Check. Is it happening? So date of joining, we made it as column lock by hitting F4 key thrice. Come on. What is the next input? In the formula, what was the second input? Can somebody recall that? Today's date. So go for today formula application. Today open bracket and close bracket. This doesn't need any kind of locking or dollar symbol because the default nature of today formula is wherever it goes, it will generate today's date. So it doesn't need any kind of locking. Come on. What is the third input? Our Excel operator. That is D4. So here we need to understand again. When I copy this formula towards down, right? D4 should not move down. D4 should not move down. But when I copy this formula towards right, D4 should move to E4. E4 should move to F4 for day calculation. So what is the movement now? D4, E4, F4. Which one sounds common? 4. What is 4? 4 is the row. So we have understood our data is not restricted to a cell. It's moving, but it's moving within a row. When data is moving within a row, instead of locking the cell, we need to lock the row only. And to lock the row only, we need to bring the dollar symbol before row number. And to bring the dollar symbol before row number, we need to hit F4 key twice. We need to hit our F4 key 2 times. Once, twice. This is called our row lock or row constant or row freeze. What's going to happen in this setup? When I copy this formula towards down, D4 will never go to D5 since row is locked. When I copy this formula towards right, D4 will definitely go to E4 because column is free. So this is called our row constant. All right. So formula is ready. Only for a cell, bracket close. Formula is ready only for a cell. But we need to apply for the entire range. What is the shortcut we learned? Anybody? To apply the formula for the entire range, what is the shortcut? Control, enter. Now see the beauty. With one shot, one go, we got the answer. So this is how you are supposed to design the formula in Excel. So when you want to have multiple column formula over there taking the references, you should design something like this. So take a look. Any doubt, any queries, do let me know. So these things needs to be practiced, people. So before stepping into the day 2 program, whatever the day 1 things, you have to make a quick review, one time practice at least, then only things will be clear for you. Because today, what we are going with the speed, tomorrow will not be the same. Tomorrow slightly we have to increase. Okay, so practice is very, very essential. Fine. So I believe this is working for everyone. Any doubt, any queries? So kindly confirm those who have done, or if at all anybody is still struggling, take my support, no issues. Well then, so this is it from our day 1 side, people. Any doubt or queries for the day? Fine. So kindly save all your workbooks. Okay. So before coming to the closure of the session, I would like to take one interim feedback. So if at all anything is missing, we can still have 3 other sessions. We can try our best to incorporate on the same. So I'll be asking some questions. You have to respond in the chat box, yes, no, or if you have any opinion, you are, I mean, you have the liberty, you can free will, you can share the view. Okay. So first thing, whether the speed is okay. Yes, no. Okay. So all of you are able to connect with the content, like whatever the contents we have designed, are you able to connect with your real-time data, what you work with? Are you getting some confidence now to make the things better in terms of saving time or making the presentation better? Anything? Okay. Now, all queries are clarified. Anything is pending from my side or yet to be clarified? Anything something like that? Okay. No issues. So we are good to go, isn't it? So we'll be maintaining the same tempo for tomorrow also. We are in the right time, not an issue. So I would suggest before stepping into the day 2 program, I request everyone, please go for one-time practice of each and everything, whatever we have discussed today, including the keyboard shortcuts. Yeah, that will be definitely there, Vijay. I don't deny about it, completely agree with you. But since this is the day 1 to have the same thing in the equal page, this is my duty to know all these things. So that's why I asked in the open forum. So I don't have the culture, okay, giving a feedback, again, taking the pain of writing down all those things. Whatever it is, it should be black and white, front to front. Anyway, so tomorrow, the same time, we'll be meeting with the day 2 link. I request you, please log into the meeting room before 5 or 10 minutes of the scheduled time and settle down properly. Ensure all your visuals, audio, everything from the MS Team side system is also in support with you. If at all any doubts or queries are there, you want me to repeat any of the topics, whatever we discussed, still I am giving one window open to you. Please let me know in the group to log in the meeting room by 1:45 p.m. I am ready to support, no issues. So 1:45 p.m. to 2 p.m. will be our doubt clarifications or repetition of any of the topics. We'll be utilizing that window. Dot 2 p.m. I will start the session with our day 2 topic. So I request everyone, please join the meeting room on time so that effectively we can utilize the window time and we can learn the maximum content from the session. All right. And as I have committed for your information, you'll be getting the session recording maximum by 9 p.m. tonight. And the day 1, whatever the topics is reference guide also maximum by 9 p.m. All right. Fine then, kindly save all your workbooks. So we'll call it as the day. Yeah. So stay safe. Take care. See you tomorrow, the same time, 2 p.m. on day 2 meeting link. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Bye bye.